Oh, it did.
What worked?
Dog.
Oh.
Music back!
Rejoin a Rooney. Why are you doing that to the chair? What did the chair do to you?
I had to, and bring it up. 'Cause I'm a short man. Got short little legs.
Oh.
I didn't feel like standing. Which, by the way, last night I woke up terribly crampy. You know when you run a few feet and you get side aches?
Yeah.
That's what happened, but I wasn't running.
You were just sleeping?
Yeah, I just woke up and I'm like, oh, why did I feel like I just ran like a mile and I couldn't breathe? And I still feel like I have that feeling. I don't know if it's a goulash I had last night. It's making me all gassy. Could be. Like that.
Fun fact, I slept half nude last night.
You did?
Which was odd to wake up this morning.
What's happening? Just pantsless?
Yeah, 100% pantsless. Just,
with a shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a jerk. Like, no wonder your wife doesn't have sex with you.
I took them off.
Wow.
I took them off because I was in... I don't know how much I want to get. I was in pain.
Okay.
Due to a thing that happens to men that I like to call random excitement.
Sure.
So I took them off and then I passed out. But then when I woke up this morning to take my dog out, I got halfway out the house before I realized that I was not wearing pants because I was so tired.
Yeah. It's just the morning show hours. I remember one time that I was at the gym. This was years ago when I was doing that awful morning show in Traverse City. And the guy goes, what are you doing? And I go, yeah, you're right. Because I forgot to put my gym shorts on. I put my gym shirt. I had my boxers on. And then I put my shoes on.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to walk out. Even though, I mean, it's not really, I mean, boxers. I mean, it's still like gym shorts or shorts, but still it's a little embarrassing.
Was it boxers?
No, it was.
Boxer briefs?
Yeah, it was the boxer briefs.
See, that's different.
Well, it is.
If you were wearing just regular boxers, you might have been able to get away with it.
Probably not, but I could see where it's more acceptable. These are a little bit more tight.
Because you would have had to go, like, somebody would have had to go, oh, yeah, he is wearing boxers.
Right.
But boxer briefs, it's hanging. It's not hanging. It's all bundled up inside of you.
I have a, who names their girl Joel?
Somebody
You're
right.
I wanted to read this dream that this Joel had, and I look at, wait, maybe that's his daughter, right? It can't be a woman named Joel. I mean, maybe. It's 2018. I guess you could do what you want.
I guess.
Joel updated her profile picture now that I'm on her Facebook. Stalking her. Anyway. Oh, yeah, no, because here's Joel saying right before this, a few days ago, my husband ran outside after the dog and came back, blah, 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 blah. Let me read, I'll read Joel's, dream she had. Had a dream about you guys last night. Unfortunately, not like that.
Oh.
No, you would have been disappointed in your dream, too.
Yeah.
It lasted a minute, there would have been crying.
You would have been like, wow, is that just a nap?
Yeah.
Why did that not take a long time?
Yeah. I got to fill the Tanner hole on the show via phone.
What?
It said I got to fill the Tanner hole on the show via phone.
Oh, I thought she was just going to.
We haven't done that in a while.
She was filling my hole.
Well, I think that's what she was getting at. But that side note, that's when we used to, when somebody would hang up on our phone lines, we'd say we have to fill the Jim hole or whoever it was.
Well, Jim always filled the hole.
The Jim always filled the person that went away, the hole that was there. I spent the entire show stopping my daughter from climbing out the window. We found Tanner at the world's sketchiest jeweler that was owned by the most badass Russian man with a bear cloak. Not sure what happened, but the Russian was going to kill us all. So Tanner, being the brave soul, gave Jake the head bob of, I got this. Then proceeded to chop his finger off, which in turn made the Russian cut off his arm, which left him with a stub and the angriest look on his face. Well, Tanner's genius because it worked. Russian man stepped back and left. After all that, we went back to my home. Still, unfortunately, not for that. Again, I've been majorly disappointed. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, but both of us, we might be able to, you know.
No, depending on the time. I got things.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, if you have two halves of a pizza,
I don't even know
a whole pizza.
Does mine work right now? I don't know what's happening with me down there. A lot of
Mine
things
works
are
too
in
well.
questions. Yeah. And blah, blah, blah. After all that went back to the home, still unfortunately not for that, and tried to convince Tanner that after we sew on his finger, a zombie finger won't be half. I lost interest in this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And her name is pronounced Joelle.
Well, then say Joel, not Joel.
But that's probably how her parents spelled
Oh,
it.
the parents are being the hipster parents at that time.
Yeah. Because I had a friend named Joel, and I think he's in prison now for some sort of meth.
Here, let me tell you what's worse than someone explaining your dreams is having a radio show read you one of their dreams.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened.
I'll tell you this.
No, a 3-year-old describing you their dream.
I was just going to say that 8-year-old have that. It's the worst because
they can somewhat tell stories.
On and on. I literally left the house and came back, and I go, and she's like, "Just let her tell it." And I go, "It's been 20 minutes."
What do you mean, just let her tell it?
Can't do that anymore.
There's no way. This dream is now longer than what she slept. It's not fair.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm just an angry mood today. I woke up and
I don't know why.
Oh, really?
No, I can see why, but I see that you are. I don't know why.
Oh, I am? You can tell? I didn't know you could tell.
Yeah.
I thought I was surprising you. I thought you were going to be like, "Oh, really?"
No. No. I've known you for a minute, so I know when Fussy Jake is here.
I'll just tell you, it's probably to do with I woke up and I was like, wait, it's only Wednesday? But don't worry, next week will go by fast.
Yeah, no, this is what I said this morning. I said, wow, this week's taking forever, and it feels like next week's already almost done.
I woke up. I think I'm getting my son's cold.
Yeah,
I was feeling that yesterday.
My nose was all stuffed up yesterday, and I got really angry at Dewey.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in years.
Okay, yeah,
but
no,
I
that's
got really
fine.
mad at him.
No, it's justified. Yesterday, he put his finger in my mouth. He was sitting there, and he just went pop. And I go, but why? Why would you do that? Why put your hand in my mouth? Get away from my face. You can't sit with Dad any longer.
Speaking of disgusting things that live in your house, finish that because I don't want you to spit over everything because it's weird. What just happened last night? My dog peed.
Standing up
on my wife's bits.
Wait, what? How does that even happen?
Kayla was laying on the bed.
Was she naked?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No, you can. And then Gustav hopped on the bed, jumped on her, and then just peed on her bits. And then I had to take him out and have a stern talking with him.
He probably didn't go directly for the bits, I would think.
But that's what happened.
I'm sure it was just an excitement.
I don't know. What is there like a focus group for dogs with a fetish that I can join? Like a pray the gay away kind of thing, but for dogs and weird pee-pee fetishes? Because that's what he did.
I'm sure there is.
And my wife's like, why did he do that? And I'm like looking up all these things to make it so he's not just a pervert. And I was like, I think he likes you. But, like, he wants to let other dogs know that you're his. And then she said, well, this one day when I was changing, he was looking at my parts, and he kept licking his mouth. And I think she thinks my dog is attracted to her.
Maybe.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. It's just like a stepkid, so it'd work.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you got it from the pound.
Yeah, but it's still... your dog still isn't your wife's kid.
Well, it's more of a kid because we've had it since just a baby. Yours is all like basically grown.
There's 6 months when we got him.
There is a lot of confusion in your house. I can see that.
You should never have sex with a dog.
It's a good-looking dog.
Regardless if you had it
yeah, you shouldn't. Never, ever. But it's a good-looking dog.
I know he is. But... okay, what time is it? He has the smallest little part compared to his body. I feel so bad for him.
Really? Because Billy is hung like a horse and Billy is like a cat.
I think Gustav's might be smaller than Billy's.
No, you for Angie, you got to take a picture of Billy's thing because my friend brought that to my attention years ago.
Yeah.
He goes, for that dog's body, look at that thing.
And no, because I was looking, he could lay on his stomach and it wouldn't touch the ground. Like he's not
Oh yeah, no.
He's
my-
gonna
my
have to
dog's
win you
is like
over with
a-
the personality.
My dog's is like a
It's got rug burn from walking.
pug tongue. He just hangs off to the side when he lays there. You trip over it. You can use it as like one of those, so the air doesn't go under the door. If he lays by the door,
Man, those
just tuck
things
it up under the
suck.
crack. What's that?
Those stupid door things, because I forget they're there, and because we have a bunch of them,
Yeah.
and they're filled with beads, and I forget that they're there. So then I open the door, and then it gets stuck under there. Then I try, and now one broke open. Now I have beads all over my house.
This got weird.
The bead talk, is that where you're drawing the line, or are we?
I don't know. I'm just going back. It's just I don't know.
I don't know, because my.
What?
I don't know. What I'm saying is,
What he
is I
said? Can
feel-
dogs have a micro pee? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think they can, and I think he does. It's good that he's neutered, because, I mean, he's not hitting the bottom of a tuna can or blowing out the sides.
No.
It's a poor dog.
Probably why you got put in the pound.
Probably, I bet you some
Embarrassment of
pervert
it.
had him first, and he's like, "What am I gonna do with this? Put
like
him
that
in
one.
the pound."
You just never know. Poor dogs. It's like that one meme where that guy's naked on a gumball machine swinging, and then his dog's in the back behind him, like all sad. And there's a photo taken of this, and it just says, "The minute you find out your new owner is just such a weirdo." I mean, that would suck.
That would be so bad. I wish I knew what happened in dogs' minds, because,
No, I don't.
like,
I don't need them to judge me too.
like Sylvester Stallone's dog, who he sold for like 3 days. That dog had to be confused out of his mind.
Why are you leaving me with this stranger?
You've been with me forever, and then we went to the store like we always do, and then I left with somebody else, but then I came back and you got me.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been really confusing. I don't know.
So there is some things and stuff that we got to do. We're going to be giving away money today, a couple $100 for. We found some Jake and Tanner extra money, and
we
for the
need to-
Christmas fund, we're going to do that right in the 7 o'clock hour sometime.
We should get a hold of that person that we talked to yesterday who won, because they're going to come in today for money that they can't come in and get.
Joe said we would have it.
Joe said that we could do it if we bought a ticket for somebody, because he would have just put it on a card.
That makes sense.
Now it has to go through corporate.
All right, so we should get a hold of Tori, which I'm sure you're listening, Tori. You can't come in and get your $200 today.
No, we'll mail it to you.
We'll mail it to you here in a few. On the way, though, we're going to be giving away that money. Also, this is a super drunk driving story that I really want to get to. I don't know if I've ever been this drunk. Why is this guy not dead? We'll talk about it next. You are listening to The Jake and Tanner Show. We should play that right now then.
Which one? That Steve Martin bit?
Well-
I don't think we should or ever can.
We were just talking about Steve Martin, and then we started talking about Saturday Night Live, and then we started talking about Norm Macdonald, who's another Saturday Night Live guy. Was Norm on there for years?
Yeah, he was Weekend Update for the longest time. And I watched a whole thing on him yesterday.
Stand by. Is that you?
No.
Oh, I thought it was hearing all kinds of audio.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that is you.
Oh, God, shut up!
That is you!
Shut up!
You bust your computer. Throw the computer! Smash it!
I had it on mute, but I don't know why it didn't.
No, but I listened to something this morning when I got in here, and I thought I've never heard it. It was Adam Sandler's tribute to Chris Farley, because yesterday was 21 years that Chris Farley passed away. 21 years.
Yeah.
Now I think a lot of people know who Chris Farley is because of
Tommy Boy and stuff.
Tommy Boy, Saturday Night Live. I think his YouTube clips live on.
Yeah. See, the thing is that he even though he was alive when I was alive, he's always been dead to me.
Yeah,
because by the time he became relevant in my brain, he was dead. By the time I understood anything that he was going to do, or the first time I saw Tommy Boy, he had been dead.
Any interviews that you hear? Okay, well, can you name some part? Well, you got Tommy Boy,
Black Sheep.
He was if you watch Saturday Night Live, he's the bigger guy that was dancing with Patrick Swayze with the Chippendales. He was
van down by the river.
So he's done some iconic roles on Saturday Night Live and also iconic roles in movies.
Chris Farley, fun fact, he recorded pretty much all of the lines for Shrek.
Oh, that's right. And then he ended up
to be Shrek,
dying,
but
right?
then he died.
And then they gave it to Myers.
And then he gave it to Myers because they knew that it was going to go more than one. And then Myers recorded all of them in normal voice and then said, "Scrap it. I want to do a Scottish accent." And he had to do it.
Boy, I don't know if I could see that with Farley, but that's hard to do right now because I know Myers has done all of Shrek.
Yeah, it was fine because they have some of the audio and
they do.
Yeah, here I'll look it up.
God.
I'll look it up real quick.
Okay, because I'd love to hear that. I guess I heard that a long time ago, but I didn't realize it. Now, when people, if I listen to Howard Stern interviewing a lot of people, and who's the funniest person when he's with comedians, it's like, who's the funniest person that you know? Chris Farley's name gets brought up more than it does not.
Yeah.
Especially with old cast members. They say he wouldn't even try. Chris Farley wouldn't even try to be funny. He was just that guy.
Yeah.
That lit up a party and would make you roll for 3-4 hours. He was always on until he wasn't.
Until he was dead, pretty much.
Right.
Like he just did. Was it drugs?
Yeah, it was drugs.
Okay.
Overdose. Because they told him, "Hey man, you're going to end up like Belushi and Candy." And do you know what his words were? That's cool because those guys are my idols, so I don't care. Because both those guys ended up doing the same thing. Were you a John Candy fan or not?
I love John Candy.
I do too, man.
I think that he had some of the best comedic timing.
They don't make those guys anymore.
Yeah,
those John Candys, those Chris Farleys, those who's the guy? I get no respect, like that kind of.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield.
I think.
Who are our comedians right now besides Kevin Hart? I like Kevin Hart, and I think he's probably a really great person, but he's so oversaturated.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the reason, though, because we didn't have social media.
Yeah. You see them more, so they kind of lose their gusto. But I don't know. Louis, I would have said, was one of those guys. But
his comedy is so like. Who do we have that's like a Candy or like that kind of? Because I feel like it's almost like a different kind of humor years ago.
Fat guy? Is that kind of what you're looking for?
Then I was thinking that in my head, but then I was thinking, no. What about like even I feel like Steve Martin and the Three Amigo guys.
Yeah, they're all
Chris
kind of
Kattan.
gone.
Was that Chris Kattan?
But then again, you got to...
No, Martin Short. But I mean, that kind of humor's gone, I think.
Once again, yeah, I think we've evolved from that kind of humor a little bit. Like, it not evolved like it's better now, but we've gotten away from it because people are trying more things, and there's more outlets. Before, if you wanted to go see a comedy movie...
It was Saturday Night Live.
It was Saturday Night Live, or if a movie came out, it had one of these major actors because you didn't know anybody else. But now Netflix makes movies, Hulu makes movies,
right? It's
Amazon makes movies. Everybody does. If you're a comedy, that Logan Paul
Oh, somebody said your man on here. Brett Kreischer. Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer. He's really funny.
Would you consider? I kind of would.
I wouldn't consider him being one of the like. He's not in movies at all,
right? So
I that's hard to say. I think he's a brilliant comedian.
Were you a Martin Short fan or no?
I'm fine with him. I sent you the Chris Farley Shrek thing. Okay. I just thought put it on there because for some reason our big screen isn't working.
Dana Carvey, I think, was ahead of his time. I think he should be bigger than what he is right now.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
I think he's a fabulous. I don't think his comedy works now.
No,
I think he could have got. Maybe he was. Maybe at that time he was bigger.
He was pretty. I mean, they gave him his own show. They gave him the Dana Carvey show, which was brilliant. And another thing, the reason, and it sucks because of who Louis is now, but Louis C.K. was the head writer and showrunner for the Dana Carvey show.
Is that the one where the racist
racist from Maine? Which is if you're at work and you have headphones, you can listen to that bit because it's hilarious. It's called Racist from Maine, I think. And it's got Steve Colbert and Dana Carvey in it. And it's really funny.
That show...
That show had a lot of major comedians in it.
It had a lot of potential and it was way ahead of its time, but they said it was doomed to fail because it was just right after like America's Funniest Videos or something like that.
Its lead-in was something worse. Wasn't
it like Home Improvement? That was like a family TV show, and then all of a sudden it went to that, and they were like, "Well,
I thought it was like 60 Minutes or something."
Oh, really?
I thought it was something where there was no crossover in viewers, like where people who watched Home Improvement might be able to watch that too because they fans of comedy. It was like when our state KTI switched from Hot AC to New Country. You were not going to bring over any listeners there. There was nothing that you could do. Does that make sense? Like 60 Minutes is all old people. They didn't want to watch Racist from Maine.
Let me hear. Or maybe they did. I would think that would work with the 60 Minutes viewers.
Yeah, I could see that.
Let me play. We just found some. This lead-in was Chris Farley stuff. We were talking about how Chris Farley as Shrek, lost footage found. Let's hear Chris Farley as Shrek. Now,
mission to warm the cockles of your heart.
Yeah, I like my cockles room temperature. Thank you very much.
Hey, if you're not doing this for cockle warming, why are you
That's
doing
Murphy.
Simple. Fartwad gets his princess. I get what I want.
I can hear it now. I'm seeing the pictures. I can hear him being that guy.
Yeah, if you text TV to 71090, we're watching this live.
Let's hear a little bit more of this.
Which is? Now, come on, what do you want?
I don't have time to set it to music.
Oh, this is another one of those onion things.
No,
I like
this is
Eddie.
one of those drop it and leave me alone things.
Well, why don't you want to talk about it?
Why do you want to talk about it?
Why are you answering the question with a question?
Why are you asking questions I don't want to answer?
Why are you blocking?
I'm not blocking.
Then why do you have problems expressing your wants?
I don't.
So Mike Myers ended up doing it in a normal voice and then said, I want to redo everything?
Yeah,
Boy, that had to cost the studio some money.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you could also find clips of Mike Myers saying it in the same voice. No, like the Mike Myers voice. And then he said, nope, I want to do this in a Scottish accent. I think it'll be better in a Scottish accent. So, literally, DreamWorks Studio had to record Shrek 3 times. You know how...
That's got to be so annoying.
You know how annoying that had to be for Eddie Murphy?
Could you imagine?
Because he does all of his lines perfect and then has to do it 2 more times?
I wonder if he ended up getting paid a couple times to do it. I would think if you're busy, you would have other... Well, Eddie probably didn't have too many more obligations. I don't know what's going on in Eddie's life.
That was 97. I'm sure he was in high demand.
That's true. Do you want to... I think this is probably a good time to play this Adam Sandler tribute to Chris Farley.
Do you have the video? Isn't there a video?
There is, but I had to edit it. There was like 4 swear words in it, so I had to I reversed it, and then there's 1 beep. Should we just play it now, or do you want to do next segment? We could play it.
How long is it?
It's a 6-minute.
Oh, next. Let's do it next segment then.
You want to?
Because otherwise we're going to be way out of time. And this seems like a break that I might want to throw in a best of because it's so okay.
I don't know. It's wait. What do you mean? It's just okay.
I have a trailer. Just to go back somewhat, I have a trailer for a show for the Dana Carvey show. There's on Hulu. They made a documentary called "Too Funny to Fail."
Okay.
And
was that the name of the Dana Carvey show? Too Funny to Fail?
No, the Dana Carvey show was called The Dana Carvey Show. This documentary is called Too Funny to Fail because the whole thing was we're going to put all these funny guys in there. There's no way it'll fail.
Do you want to play a clip of it or play the trailer?
I'll play the trailer.
Dana Carvey Show, total disaster, total disaster. Celebrity Apprentice, our ratings so huge, fantastic. That show, not so good, not so good, okay?
It's the Dana Carvey Show.
When I left SNL, I kind of decided that it'd be fun to do sketch comedy again, but with more creative freedom.
I couldn't believe they gave us all this talent and money to do the show we wanted to do.
The head writer, a guy who was only like 29 at the time, completely unknown. His name was Louis C.K.
Here we are in my office, and
We had to put the team together, but they were absolute nobodies.
Big news from Brown's Chicken.
I mean, these guys were
Steve
nothing. Thanks.
Wait a minute. Steve,
absolutely
Steve
true.
Carell was in the Dana Carvey show?
Steve Carell was there. Steve Colbert was there. Dana Carvey, Louis C.K.
These guys were young.
These were...
Wait, do you have the video?
I can't. For some reason, that thing's not working.
I want to see those guys young. Maybe in the break I'll come around. Let's hear some more of this.
Okay.
Did you watch this, by the way?
I didn't watch it. I didn't know. I heard that this existed, but I'm going to watch it probably today. Hulu.
Okay.
Bear, my wife, she was out of a job. I was out of a job. And we had a brand new baby.
Why am I an actor? My brothers are lawyers.
I am Fabio.
My agent told me, if it doesn't happen for you soon, it's not going to happen.
That's Steve
Thank you for the
Carell.
support. Man, we had hired badass nerd pirates to blow up the system.
I've had myself surgically fitted with a hen's ass.
It was being marketed as this kind of fun show. And I think people were like, what the fuck is...
I had to dump that really quick.
Yeah.
There was a swear word in there. Weird for a trailer, but I guess.
And there's 22 seconds left.
Okay, that's fine. But this, you want to just skip it?
No,
okay, that's fine.
Be done with it.
It's funny to hear Steve Carell going, my agent said if it doesn't happen soon, it's not going to happen. And now Steve Carell, he's
the most sought after, one of the most... Like for comedy and for drama now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That he has?
That's what I mean. He's brilliant being a dramatic actor, and I think some of your best comedians are. I think Robin Williams was his strongest when he was a dramatic role.
Somebody said that, and I saw an interview with it that said the best dramatic actors are also your best comedic actors.
I think they're nuts.
They are. They're crazy people. It still makes me angry that Robin Williams didn't want to get into comedy.
Yeah,
it makes me
That
so
does make me mad
I
forgot about that.
he didn't want to get into comedy, but the people at Juilliard are like, you're really good at this. You should probably pursue it. And he's like, I guess I wanted to do dramatic roles.
Somebody interviewed a woman, was Robin Williams' friend, after he committed suicide. And they said, so how do you feel? She goes, I'm so upset. She goes, I don't accept this. I'm very mad at Robin. I don't say, I don't want to say all these good things about him because it's crap what he did. I wish we could have made this, interviewed all these people, have him watch it before he decided to do that so he could realize how much this was going to affect everybody. Because that affected a lot of people. One guy could affect that many people from a suicide.
And I watched every single one of those because they came out with like 3 Robin Williams documentaries.
Do you remember that one that I was talking about?
Yeah, I remember that one because she was really mad during that interview. And I remember why I watched them like all back to back. It was a really sad day. And it was like 3 years after the fact, but I was like, it still affects me really bad. I came into work that day, like really disheveled. I was mad.
You're a comedy guy, Lo. You're a funny guy, and I think comedy means a lot more to you than it does to me. And it does me. I mean, Robin Williams affected me, but not like the Paul Walker. Those good-looking guys.
It still makes me so mad.
I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said that. That was really
No, you've said that too many times that that Paul Walker did actually affect you a little too much.
No. Paul Walker's. I was saying I was just kidding, grouping me up with his good-lookingness. Like I don't believe that, but no, the Paul Walker death still affects me.
It shouldn't.
I don't know
you didn't like any movies he was in. You only like good actors.
I know it. I think he sucks so bad. But man, he was just such a delight, wasn't he? Right?
No.
Okay. We don't know.
I knew nothing about him
I
until
don't
he
either.
died.
But it's really sad.
God.
All right.
Well, we might as well have played that stupid Farley thing.
Hey,
we're just as late as what I didn't watch.
No, I'm glad this break happened because I'm in a better mood now. I had to wake up.
We talked about death. We talked about Robin Williams killing himself. What are you talking about? You're in a better mood.
I'm in a better place now for me, knowing that I'm alive. I don't know. That was wrong.
I was going to say it if you didn't.
So I want to play because I think this is really, really a great song that Adam Sandler wrote and played during his comedy special for his tribute to Chris Farley. I want to play that. Also, we need to talk to one of our P1s. Her name is Cindy Parker because something apparently happened. We heard from Sonia today.
Yep.
And said, can you publicly shame the person that did this to Cindy Parker? And then she said, don't they know who she is? What could have happened?
Dun, dun, dun!
Cindy Parker, if you're listening, you got to call us. You got to call the show. It's the Jake and Tanner Show. We'll hopefully talk to her next.
You didn't pause.
I thought I did a little bit, but then I was like, maybe I came a little bit. All right.
Do it again.
Hang it. All right.
Thank you.
All right. We got Cindy Parker on hold. Something happened to Cindy yesterday, enough to where Sonia ended up getting a hold of the show and said, hey, can you publicly shame someone for doing something to Cindy Parker? Something horrible happened.
What happened?
We're going to talk to her in just a second. Also on the way, I want to talk finances with you.
Yep.
Because I think Verve, I got to get a hold of Verve. Verve's going to help us out. We're in this together.
Yeah, you've lumped me into this, and I'm just not ready to do it.
Yeah, no,
I have to now.
We are opening this coffee shop.
No, I told you what we're going to do.
No, but listen to me. I think we could become, if we had a small business, especially, I think people around the area would want to come to the Jake and Tanner, whatever, Glory Hole Coffee House.
Glory Hole Coffee Hole?
Yeah.
I love it! I'm on board now!
Yes!
The place where you can take it black twice. Yes! What a tagline! Yes!
I am laughing. See, if you're on TV, you can see my silent laugh. I do think Tanner's really funny, but a lot of times when I laugh, just nothing comes out.
Just hot air.
No, that's fun. Honest to God, I've been thinking about this.
Well, after you told me what your home schedule is like yesterday, I'm still thinking Jake and Tanner's retirement home. Because, man, do you have your kids ripped up like they're 95 years old?
Verve, I got to write this down. Jake home life. We'll get into this stuff. Let's first talk to Cindy Parker because she's been patiently waiting, and you can tell in Cindy's voice that she's
defeated.
Yeah, she's not really happy. Hi, Cindy P.
Good morning.
So it doesn't sound like a good morning.
What happened? Walk us through what happened.
Yeah.
Well, my wonderfully third day of exercising. Good thing I started that. I was at the Y and came out from my stupid Pilates class, and my back window was smashed in, and I didn't have my lock to lock my purse in my locker, in a locker inside, so I thought it would be safer in my car than just randomly in a locker.
Did you put it, wait, Cindy, did you just put it right in the back seat? I mean, was it visible?
Somewhat. I kind of pushed it under my front seat. From the back, I put it in from the back seat, but, pushed it under my seat a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I've got, a hatchback, not a hatchback, but a Mitsubishi. So when you pop open the trunk, it's not like a hidden trunk. I couldn't just put it. You
in
can
the
see
trunk,
everywhere.
yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. So there's really no good spot to put it other than kind of just under my seat. But so they took my purse, which unfortunately, of course, I was running late, so I left just everything in my purse. I mean, everything. My stupid Apple Watch had just died, and so I threw that in my purse and my wallet and everything. The only thing I brought in with me was my key fob for my car. And so, my house keys, everything were in there. My office keys, just everything was in there. And
so,
money?
I had to go get new, door locks and stuff for my house.
But the robber, score for them.
How much money did you have any dollar bills, y'all?
I had $50 in cash in there, and then 2 checks for $25 for each one of my kids for their birthday from their grandmas. And then, which I'm sure they won't even try to cash, but still. But then also, I had some gift cards in there that I had gotten last week as Christmas gifts from some coworkers at our Christmas party. So I got that, and then with my company credit card, they spent $1,000, I'm assuming, on 2 $500 gift cards at Walmart.
Hey, so where was this at? Was this Chicago?
No, it was in Kenosha, actually, Pleasant Prairie, and it's a really nice area, so I'm actually kind of surprised.
Wait, okay, what did you say? Did they already start using the card?
Yeah, they literally because I went in there about 5, and I came out at about 7:30, and...
Oh, wow, dang!
Yeah,
Cindy's putting in some work at the gym.
Yeah,
well, and they tried to use my personal credit card, but, I've already got it, maxed for the Christmas season, so they weren't able to use my personal credit card, but my work one they were able to get $1,000 from.
Which, by the way, Sonia got a hold of us today and was like, publicly shame this man! And,
so nice. She reached out to me as well, and she's like, do you need anything? So she's really thoughtful.
Well, here it is. Listen, now, when you're part of the Jake and Tanner Show, you're part of the Jake and Tanner Show, you're part of the family, and Cindy, you are, and what if we give you some money from the Jake and Tanner Fund?
if you guys, you don't have to do that.
But we want to. Let me rephrase that. Let's not ask you.
No,
hey,
we're going to give you some cash.
We're going to give you some cash from the Jake and Tanner Fund, because that sucks. Just like 6 days away from Christmas.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm sure this guy did it because
he needed Christmas gifts, and that sucks.
Let's hope that's why. I appreciate it, guys. Really, I mean, in general, your group of fans is really awesome. So I appreciate that.
Now we have. Let us count the dollar. Tanner, can you count what we have and what we think we can give?
1, 2.
That's $3.
$5. Hold on. I don't have any change, so just a solid 5.
Yeah,
now, again, this is what I want to say. This is when you're part of the show, you're part of the when you're part of the family, you're part of the family. Or what's the?
We can't use it. That's Post Malone's.
Yeah,
when you're here, your family.
That's what it is. No, but it's we do. We hope we can take care of each other
now,
when things like this happen.
Did you call the police?
Yeah, they came and they fingerprinted my car and everything. They think they got some prints off because my car's a little bit higher. They had to like grab the where the window is to like reach in and pull it out from under my seat. So they think they got some prints from that. But the other cop was pretty honest with me, and he was like, unfortunately, they may not even process this, but at least now we have the prints. And I was like, okay, well, cool, I guess.
Now. So did you file a police report? So then are you going to go through insurance? Does insurance cover any of that?
My car window, I think, will be covered by insurance.
Your Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how much do you think you end up losing in this whole thievery?
Well, I mean, not to name drop brands or anything, but I've spent so many years slowly buying one name brand thing at a time. So I have my Ray-Ban sunglasses,
sure,
and Apple Watch, and I keep everything in my purse.
Did your Ace of Base CD get stolen?
Yeah.
I don't think I've listened to a CD in years. I only podcast to you guys.
Oh, like you.
God, good.
Put another 100 on it.
Put another 6 cents. Now
$100 in the fund.
I have a stupid question, I think. Does the Y have security cameras or anything in the parking lot?
No, unfortunately they don't. I've got a couple of friends who live right across the street from the Y, and one of my friends specifically, she had mentioned that her neighbor might have cameras. I do have to say I got really lucky on one part, and I'm not sure why or how, but they threw out my phone out of the car because assumably they thought I could track it.
Wait a minute, you can track your Apple Watch?
Yeah. Oh, well, I can't. It's dead. Remember, I mean, it died before.
You should keep continually checking it because I'm sure they'll try to charge it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. But so I did get my phone. I was able to recover my phone, which was really lucky because I had, birthday pictures for my son's birthday recently. So things like that. I mean, so that was a really good, I got very lucky with that. I mean, I consider myself, coming out a little bit ahead with that. So.
Hey, Cindy, looking at our funds and what we have, now this is really from the Jake and Tanner's personal, we have show money, we call it, and we're trying to spread out the extra income that we have this Christmas, because throughout the year we end up using it to buy things, buy prizes, to give away to listeners. When the big boss man says, no, you can't have that, we say, screw you! We got our own fun money.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
We got a little extra sum here, and how much do we have a little extra for?
I don't know. We'll throw her a couple $100. We'll throw her as much as we can.
I appreciate that. It's more than you need to do, so I really appreciate it.
Sound good?
Yes, thank you very much.
You are welcome. And again, hang on, Cindy. We're going to put you on hold. But that's not. By the way, Cindy didn't call looking for that. That was Sonia hollering, saying, hey, she got her car broken into, and we were like, okay, this might be a interesting bit, until I thought it was going to be a funny bit, until she starts telling me things that got stolen from her. I was thinking maybe it wasn't going to be as bad as it was.
Yeah, I thought her car got broken into, maybe her radio got ripped out, but when she started saying that they had already bought $1,000 on a company car.
Yeah.
So that's worse to me. That sucks because now her company is
you know what it's like. You know what it's like too when your windshield breaks,
Oh yeah,
and you got to deal with the stress around the holidays. How annoying! So yeah, that's what we're going to do. This is one of the reasons we do this. This is one of the reasons we have a little bit of extra money at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And
it's for people like that. Now, don't go get your stuff stolen and expect handouts. Cindy Parker's been with us for a very long time.
Yeah,
just gotta say that because somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, my car window broke too. I need a new TV."
Oh, I forgot we're on TV.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that has completely went away to me now that we're on the TV screen now.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want, when we're talking about, if you text TV to 71090, you can see us live. You can see us live in the studio.
People have said that just for Cindy to go to or see if Walmart has. Because you can check which Walmart that they went to and see the security footage there on who used the card. I don't know. That's something. Because I think these people should get caught, and it sucks that the cops are like, we might not even process this. Like, it just kind of sucks that this happened to you. So, I don't know.
All right, Cindy, so hang tight. We'll get you some dough. Hopefully, I'll make up for some things around the Christmas holidays, maybe relieve a little stress. On the way we didn't get to, I didn't think that was going to take as long as it did. We are going to get to that Chris Farley tribute. Adam Sandler. Wait. How's that work? Adam Sandler's tribute
to Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. All right. So Jake and Tanner show. Good morning. Better.
I didn't hear.
Oh, this is my favorite intro that we have right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like our old one, too, our very first
The original?
one. Yeah.
That one hits hard.
Yeah. It's Jake and Tanner Show. My name is Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Tanner.
3430 ended up just calling us and saying that he wanted to put in the Cindy Parker
fund.
So he's going to come by the studio and put some money into the Cindy Parker. Some jerkbag broke into my car hole.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Cindy. You didn't just hear we gave some money away to Cindy because Sonia ended up calling the show and saying, or not calling her, writing in and just saying, hey, Cindy Parker's car just got broken into. And then we heard her story. I don't know. It's got to be stressful around the holidays.
My God, yeah.
So, speaking of being stressed and finances, I want to talk to Verve, and I want to set up an account where they literally just sneak money away from my paycheck.
Basically thievery.
Without even thinking about it. I'll put it in that Verve account, and then forget about it. And then when my daughter is whatever age, I will have money for her
if she needs something.
Like, well, needs something. Like, when it would be really nice so I had just like her car money.
Yeah, it'd be nice to not have her drive a car that, is just a death trap.
Right, like I had.
I mean, I'm a firm believer on kids not getting brand new cars because I know how I treated cars, but I also didn't think that you should have a car like I did that didn't have fifth gear.
Right, I agree.
And shut off randomly.
Mine
when you tried to roll up the windows.
Yeah, mine would. Yeah, that's dangerous. Mine would shock me when I turned the heat on. Some reason, turn heat.
My car would try to start when you had the heat. If you put the heat fan to the middle and then hit the AC button,
be like,
yeah, it would. It would literally try to start. And I like to blame it on somebody else, but it's because I tried to put in my own radio.
Oh, I did that to every single one of them.
This is what happened. This is why it was really funny with my dad. I said, I want to put in this radio. I bought a Chameleon from Jarrett Zeitler. And he ripped it out of his car.
Those Chameleon radios, oh my God. The Chameleons are
so awesome.
Do young kids do this anymore?
No, I don't think so.
Because the stereos that come with the vehicles are so like touchscreen and they're awesome now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think if you're buying an older car, yeah, you are. But I think that's phasing out very quickly.
Now, we're talking about the Chameleons where you would put this Chameleon in and the face of it would fold in.
Yeah, it would, like the one I had, the volume button would get sucked in, and then
all the buttons disappeared.
Everything disappeared.
And it was like a black
piece of glass.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Oh my God, those were. And I had a remote with mine. Never needed it.
Why
whatsoever.
would you? I did too. Okay, so this is how this story went. Me and my dad spent 3 hours trying to put a radio in my RAV4. A white RAV4, man, that thing. It was a Jeep.
Do I remember that? Were you driving that at all?
Yeah, I somewhat had the RAV when I knew you, because the RAV got broken into when I lived in Roland Lane in Green Bay.
Yeah, so it was, yeah.
Yeah, and the cops were like, they took your radios. Never had one.
Those were just
literally when my car got broken into, they said,
you should have said, you're right. You're right. They did take that.
They took it all.
It was a Chameleon. I don't even think they make those anymore, sir.
So we were sitting at, my dad owned a factory at the time, like a shop or whatever. He made parts of metal. And we were sitting there, and it was like a Saturday, and neither of us know how. And this was before YouTube
direction or
tutorials.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure it out, and it couldn't work. We spent 3 hours on it, and then he yelled, F it, went into the shop, grabbed a check, a company check, signed his name on the bottom of it, and said, go buy a new one.
Oh, I wonder why that company is no longer there.
Yeah, my golf clubs are also company owned too. But that's what happened. Then I went and got one that had it folded out.
Yeah.
And the volume thing looked like
what a fun dad though.
A DJ Turnstile.
Oh, wait, what happened? Wait, it folded out and you got ones and twos on there?
Okay. So it was designed kind of like the Chameleon. Kind of like the Chameleon where it would fold out and but you couldn't see the screen. All you would see is this big volume thing. And when you turn the car on, it would fold out and it would come out and sit horizontal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you could put drinks on there.
Yeah, and then the volume thing looked like a record.
Okay.
So I'd sit there and I'd be like,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, mine did that too. When you turned the car on, it folded out.
Yeah.
But see, I had buddies that could do that, like that taught me how to do it because that was a thing, especially my age.
Yeah.
Speakers and new
I learned how to do
new
it
radios
too, yeah.
were great. I went in between radio gigs. I went to I worked at a place called Best Buy. And,
are they still going?
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
And they had a car audio section.
They still do.
They do? I went in there.
And they have a place where an installer section, too.
Right, that's what I mean. I went in there and I go,
yeah.
I didn't want to be out on the floor selling because you know me with people.
Yeah, and somebody had said they want to do something nice, and you said, I don't want any of that.
We did?
Don't talk to me.
I did?
Yeah. Just like recently, somebody was paying compliments, and you're just like, I still don't want to talk to anybody. And then you ran.
Wait, was it? Yeah, I don't remember it, but that does sound like
It
something
sounds
I would
like
do.
something
I
you
can't
do.
argue it.
You can't argue the exact moment, but you know it has happened.
So I went in there and I'm like, hey, how do I get to do what you guys do? And he's like, what? And I go, well, I want to, how do I install that? That's kind of fun. Like you guys get to bring cars come in, you get to install it, and then you're not, people aren't bothering you or anything like that.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, you used to be on the radio. And I go, oh, man. And he goes, why would you want to do this?
I thought he was going to be way too entitled. Like, you don't just walk into the Mayo Clinic and start doing heart surgery. You got to work your way up there, little buddy.
He literally goes, this is going away, man. He's like, I got to go do something. I got to find something after this.
Yeah.
He goes, because I'm not going to go out on the floor on Best Buy. He goes, I'm not good at that.
No.
He's like, so I'm thinking about going back. I go, what do you mean? I go, everybody needs radios. And he's like, yeah, but the newer cars, just like we were saying, he says, I think this is going to be a thing that gets phased out because it's got to be intense to take a touch screen. You can't just go to there
you have
and
to
buy
replace the entire dash now. That's the thing, is that the entire dashboard is kind of one uniform piece. Like you used to buy kits that was like a fitter. So then, like that hole where the radio was, you'd buy a fitter plate.
Right. Like if it's too small or
if
whatever,
it's too small, you'd buy a fitter plate that went in it.
I got one of those face plates or whatever.
But now you have to get like a whole new dash. Like if I wanted to replace the radio in my truck that has the heat connected to it, that has everything, I would have to buy a whole new dash that came with all new. It would cost hundreds of dollars.
It's like that
just to put it in an aftermarket radio.
Corvette that I have, worst buy ever. If that didn't have meaning to me, that thing would be gone.
Yeah,
because I'm not a guy that wrenches on vehicles. I mean, it's drivable and stuff, but it still needs some work.
It needs some work. It needs tune-ups down the road.
Well, and my problem is with that, like the dash. It's like doing, and it's like, well, great because it's all electrical, and this is an '89 or whatever. So
this is when they tried to go into the future. Does it have? Does it have electronic tech?
Yes. So it's like when that goes out, I'm gonna have to buy a brand new whole dash system or whatever. But I wanted to get rid of that thing.
You buy a GPS and just go off that.
Yeah, seriously. I want to, because I'm, again, not a renter, and the money that we got to fix up the house. So, like, I don't want to put $1,000 into the car. I do. It would be great to do. But we need to fix leaks in the house. If I would spend, that's like literally going to spend tattoo money or something. My wife would be so disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's fine you did that. I know you really wanted one. But also, our walls are getting filled with poo-poo water right now because the toilets are on fire.
Which all that house does is just make me realize how much of a man I am not. And it makes me feel very uncomfortable when I have to talk to my wife and I go, I don't know how to do that. So sometimes that girl's brain works. She's smart. She really is.
Well, you've been with her for 20 years.
Well, and she will cut, like, or I'm like looking at how to cut trim, and she's like, well, you got to just turn it this way. And I'm like, hey, Angie, I know and I get frustrated that she's telling me what to do.
Does this look like a toaster?
Yeah.
No.
Is this a stout woman? No, but then her way does work out, and it makes me furious.
That's why I just don't let my wife come near things.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. You want to live together, and then you and I just wouldn't judge each other?
Nah.
Okay.
Because are you the lady then?
I'm fine with that. I like women's fashion.
You do.
I do.
And you look dynamite in heels.
Thank you. Have you tried yoga pants?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are so comfortable.
Didn't we wear Rachel's?
That's right. That was when we were doing stupid radio.
Hold on. What a night show rock bit, by the way.
No kidding.
Where it was you, Jake, Tanner, I, and Rachel, her, and we all wore yoga pants and took a picture of our butts.
And you had to guess
which one was the girl butt.
That stupid country station, that our 106 and MIL, when we were down there, when they got that new young morning show, they did the same thing.
Yeah,
for morning country.
They probably took it from us, because that guy was on Studio Think Tank.
Yeah, but probably. We do have amazing ideas.
Yeah, we do.
We just don't share them to any of you listeners.
No. We give them to people we admire. We don't do them for us.
Real quick before we go into this commercial break. What?
Oh.
I've never said that.
Can I tease something?
Yeah. I want you to tease something, but I also want to say that somebody said they want to donate to Cindy Parker. Also, they were asking Sonia on the fan page. They're like, can she set up like a little GoFundMe or something so we can help out Cindy Parker for this holiday season? Cindy Parker is amazing, one of our P1s. She listens all the time. She's a great person. Her car got broken into, a bunch of things were stolen.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Sonia, if you wanted to go ahead, we wouldn't. I don't even have access to the page, so I'm not going to set it up. If you wanted to set it up, that would be great.
People are asking for it.
Yeah, people are asking for it.
Okay.
Wait, tease it real quick. I have not done it. I am so bad this week with these live reads.
Okay, let me tease it while you get your S together.
Hold on, I got it. Because I like teasing on our out. There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get that free consultation. Go!
I went to a car dealership yesterday. Almost bought a car, but then the dealership dropped a bombshell on me.
God. We're going to find out next. Hey, dig out that ugly sweater and head to your favorite The Bar location this Friday for their ugly sweater party. It's your chance to win a trip to Boston. Happy holidays from The Bar. So at Planet Fitness, they provide a really unique environment. Why, do you ask? Why, you ask? Something like that?
Because they
Go ahead, Tanner.
They offer a judgment-free zone.
Yeah, that, and it's so clean in there, you can just eat off the floor. You don't even need plates.
It's not recommended.
No, you don't. But you can.
But you can't. I mean, you definitely can. Not recommended, though. You shouldn't eat off anything other than a plate.
Your stretch marks, what's getting rid of those? You said they're disappearing.
They are, actually. The total body thing makes my stretch marks less sightly. And you're laughing at me.
I just never heard you use that word. That's
sightly?
Great. Yeah, I like it.
Less...
No, that's word. No, it works.
Is that really?
No, I think so. I think it works.
They're unsightly. They make them less unsightly.
Total body enhancement. Now, this thing that they offer, that total body enhancement, it's basically free when you do a black membership. That's only $20 a month.
It's like $22 a month. Right now, it's 25 cents to join, which tell me you don't have a quarter.
Right.
Or 2 dimes and a nickel.
Because you're a liar if you...
Or 5 nickels.
Yeah.
Or 5 pennies, 2 nickels, and a dime.
Mm-hmm. Or what else?
Maybe 2 dimes.
Yeah.
3 pennies. And then 2 more pennies.
Or $1, but minus 3 quarters.
$1 that you cut into a quarter. They won't take that.
No,
they won't take a cut up dollar.
And I think that's against the law. You shouldn't do that. Cut money.
A dime, 5 pennies, a nickel, and then another dime that you cut in half. I won't take that either.
So Planet Fitness is the place to go. They give a lot of things away basically with their membership. There's always somebody there. It's not one of those scary gyms where you go in. There's always staff there to help out. And if you don't understand,
even at 1 o'clock in the morning, you want to go work out at 1 o'clock in the morning, boom, staff member.
Yeah.
You want to go there at noon, boom, staff member.
So when we say Planet, you say
Fitness.com.
Go check it out. So there's never been a better time to have Lay's Get Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get that free consultation.
Were the mics not on?
The mics were not. I'm sorry. I'm still getting the hang of this. Hang on.
Thank you.
So, because mics have to be on for our skimmer, it's a record. Yeah, it's a recording thing. It records us. It's the Jake and Tanner show. Hi, my name is Jake, and I apparently go to bed way too early and cook dinner way too early. My neighbors hate it. Tanner hates it. Everybody hates it.
I didn't hate it. I just thought it was amazing.
We might circle back to that. Tanner, there's two hosts of this really ridiculously awful show. Tanner's the other one.
My name is Tanner. I went to a car dealership yesterday looking to buy a car with better fuel economy, but then had my hopes and dreams thrashed.
Perfect. I want to hear this. On the way, we are going to get to that Chris Farley, that tribute from Adam Sandler going out to his buddy Chris Farley, because yesterday was 21 years that he's been gone. That's a long time. Yeah. And we'll get to that. We've been teasing it all morning. We're going to play it. We promise. So what happened? You're going to, because like a week ago, you were saying that you were going to go get a car.
Yeah, I wanted to get something with a little bit more better gas mileage. I have a 2014 Dodge Journey, which I call a van, but it apparently offends people whenever.
It does.
You don't.
It's not a van.
It is a van. It just has none of the good features.
Let me see. What year is it?
2014 Dodge Journey.
Dodge Journey.
Put it up on the screen.
14. All right. Yeah, I guess. I've not seen it in a while because... Oh, no, you drive this like every day.
Yeah.
Now, it does look like one.
It looks like a van.
But not from the side.
Because it has doors.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it is.
It's the only reason.
That picture, it does look like a van.
It just looks like
What color is yours?
Mine is silver.
I bet you like this stupid color.
I do.
Yeah.
Is that my orange?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it gets like 22 miles to the gallon.
Sure.
23. It kind of sucks. And it's only front wheel drive, which it's an SUV. I wanted something. But, so I paid $18 for it 2 years ago.
Okay.
Or 16, or I think maybe 16 for it. And I took it to a dealership, and I didn't take it to it. I had all of the things like with it. I went to a dealership. I said, "This is what I have. This is how many miles are on it. It's got 130,000 miles on it." I was like, "This is all the features that it has. What will you give me for it?" I was like, I owe 10.
Now wait a minute. You owe 10 on it.
I owe 10.
Because I'm sorry if you already said this, but did you get a letter in the mail?
I got a letter in the mail from this place.
And it said, bring it in, because what we're going to do is...
We want it.
We want that. That car's in demand. I've gotten one of these before, these letters. Okay, so you go there and you're like, great, maybe they will give me a great deal.
Well, because they're like, we'll pay you upwards of this amount. Now,
Sure.
I knew it was kind of a gimmick, and they're
Just
not
get you in there to try to sell you a
that
vehicle.
much. But I said, even if it's 10, or even if it's like $2,000 less than what they said their top end one would be, I'll roll over $2,000
Sure.
to a new car. That would have been fine. And I started looking at cars online, I found a 2014 Chevy Cruze with 44,000 miles on it for less than 10 grand.
That's tiny, right? Those Cruzes are small.
It was a 4-door. It's a decent size. It's fine for all.
Is it that what your wife had?
Yeah,
yeah. Those are tiny,
but it's fine with a family with only one kid.
Well,
and I have my
you're looking
truck
for gas
too.
mileage. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So if I need to go anywhere, we usually take my truck anyway. So I was like, well, I can get that, and if I had to roll over to 12 grand, it's got 44,000 miles.
You roll over $2,000, so be it.
Yeah. Who cares? I got this. I go there. They take out all my information. She's like, good. We need those cars.
Sure,
so
you do.
You're going to get
the
a
letter
good price.
says.
I didn't even bring up the letter, actually.
Okay.
And the guy came back and he was like, you know what we can do for you? We'll give you $3,400 for that car.
34? What a waste of time. How annoying.
2 years ago, I bought that car for 6 times that.
So what did you end up saying to him?
I said, bye. And I walked out the door. And the girl was like, well, you could try to sell it on your own and then come back. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll run it till it dies now.
Yeah.
$3,400? Like,
yeah, trade-ins blow.
What a kick in the head.
Because I know that every single time that I've taken my vehicle in, they say, well, because of this, and the gas pedal sticks a little bit or some crap.
Yeah.
The brakes need to be done. They try to nitpick everything, and they're like, well, we can give you about $1,000 for this. I turned around and sold it for $5,000 like a week later on Craigslist. This was years ago.
Yeah. Now, I didn't even have the car with me because I traded vehicles with my brother-in-law right now. And so that $3,400 was their top end. Like, that was before they saw it. Because when they drove it around, you know that they would have done that. They would have said, hey, your floor mats are a little warped. So we're going to have to take $2,000 off that.
It's so difficult anymore to wheel and deal with these cars. I remember going in there, the biggest thing they could do, well, I'm not great at negotiating, but they are hard to negotiate anymore. And the reason they say this is because they go, we have to be lowest we can go because everybody shops online now, and they won't talk to people.
I have a theory.
Is that true, by the way? If you work at a car dealership, can you please call and can you still wheel and deal? Or do they say, whatever, get bent, we don't need you, somebody else will come in and buy that Toyota Tacoma? Because they didn't even want to give me a full tank of gas. I'll go buy it if you give me a full tank of gas. They're like, well, I got to go ask. I go ask.
What are you talking about, go ask? Yeah, actually, when I bought my truck at Van Horn, awesome place, still love them, but I was like, can I get a full tank of gas in this? They said, you have a 33-gallon gas tank. I said, yeah, that's why I want a full tank of gas in it, because I don't want to buy the first one.
I'm literally about ready to give you $25,000.
Yeah, and they were like, I can do $20 or $20 in it. And I was like, fine.
20? Wait,
go put $20 in it. It put at that time I was at a quarter tank.
Kidding me.
Because I test drove it and the light was on. I was like, we gonna do anything about this? The light's on. He's like, we don't keep it. We don't keep them full because we don't want to pay for people to have full tank gas.
My dad, I remember when I was 16, I don't think you can do this stuff anymore. We went in to go look for a car, and he goes, we'll take that one. Or I was like 17 or whatever. He goes, I want 4 new tires on it, low. And they go, sure. If you're going to take it today, we'll get you 4 new tires. I mean, like, you could wheel and deal things like that.
I have a theory, because I still looked up online. You can still get, like, my truck sticker price online was $26,000. I got it for 23. I took $3,000 off. But there is wiggle room for them. And I heard there's tricks. Don't tell them you have a trade until you've made a deal.
Why?
Because if you tell them they have a trade, then they'll just go down as much as what your trade is going to do.
Yeah, like I'm not going to, yeah, right.
So then you can get them to go down more, and then you give them a trade, then you get it even cheaper.
I have big time anxiety.
Bergstrom filled my gas tank twice. I'm sorry, that needs to be talked about.
Who's the guy that yells? That sponsors? Gosh,
199ride.com.
Apparently, I heard they are really, really great at working with them.
Oh my God,
they're really, really simple and easy. You go in there, you get your car, and you're done.
I went there,
and you get really great deals. I want to go there, and I also oh, go ahead. I lost what I was going to say.
Sorry, I had went there. And the only reason I didn't buy a vehicle there, selfishly, is because they didn't have the color I wanted.
Yeah, that's kind of a selfish thing. But, you're getting ready to spend a lot of money. I get it. I understand.
That's what I had said. If I'm going to start making $400 payments for the next 25 years, that's what it is, I kind of want to be able, I want to fall in love with it every time I see it. And I still do with my truck.
Now, what's the guy's name? I forget his name from the 199ride.com.
Find his commercial. Let's just play it.
God, it's
Free Run. Spot's probably under.
Why can't I think of his name?
This is Al.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What would it be titled?
Probably $1.99. I'd type in 1. It's the tiny keyboard.
God.
1.98.
Okay.
Appleton Auto.
What?
Isn't it called Appleton Auto?
Yes.
Appleton Auto. $5 down. Right there. Right there. Right there.
Why not this one?
Well, I guess you can do whatever one you want.
Where's that one? Okay, here we go. Let me just hear this really quick. God, what's this guy's name? Steve. It starts with an S.
No. Hank.
Dollars down. I think he says it at the end.
Yeah.
This guy is so brilliant.
Yeah, he is. Where's his woos?
I think he's going to do it at the end.
He better. And the way he made me. God, he does.
Scott! That's what it is.
Oh.
.com. Scott, well, when we first met Scott and I shook his hand, I go, why aren't you screaming at me?
Why are you not?
He has a normal voice.
Yeah, he does have a normal voice.
One of my favorite commercials from that guy is like, when his doctor said he had to calm down, he was like kind of in a normal voice.
It was, my doctor said that if I keep screaming, my heart will explode. Well, that's crap! And I don't care what anybody says about his commercials and his ads. I went to 6 days of marketing. He's doing it right.
No, he's brilliant at it. I mean, he's literally brilliant at that. And not saying that, they got great deals and great cars. I mean, everybody does marketing, but he's really good at it because it sticks in your head.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to, my nephew's father-in-law, when he goes and buys a $34,000 truck, he writes a check, pays cash.
I hate him.
I mean, he literally, and he loves it. Colton said the last time he did it, he absolutely loves it because he will go up there and they'll be like, so what do you want to do with the banks? Get a loan? He's like, I'm going to pay you in cash. And they're like, holy Lord. Because you would do that. Because how many people actually go in there pay cash?
Yeah, not at like new dealerships.
Well, I guess unless you're going to like these really fancy.
Where it's like I knew a guy who paid in cash for a truck. But it was a $5,000 truck, and he just got out of the military, so he just had it, and he paid in 20s. But like 30,
that would be amazing.
It took so long. Yeah. I think because he didn't count good. So then the guy was like, "I can count it." And he's like, "I'll count this."
20.
1, 2. You are bad at this.
Somebody said Appleton. Oh, are you getting ready to read that? Appleton Auto was amazing to me. Full tank, new tires. It was so easy. So maybe you can still wheel and deal at places.
You can wheel and deal with people. You can't do it as much. And they definitely, I think they play the internet card. I think they put it out there right away and say, we have to put the lowest price that we can offer on the vehicle, on the website, because otherwise people just come right past us. And I think then right away you immediately say, well, I'm not going to be able to get them down any farther.
Why? Somebody said it's really a bad idea to pay cash for a vehicle or write a check. Why?
Why?
I wonder why they think that.
Why?
I don't know.
Why do you think? Because
I would like to know why.
My social studies teacher or history teacher, whatever, he said he hasn't pulled out a loan other than for his house.
Yeah.
Because he saves his money and he buys, because he said loans will kill you and debt will. So he'll go buy cars outright. He'll just go buy them.
That's what my father-in-law, he had one loan. His first car or whatever was a loan or something like that. He had a loan for a car. And then after that, he just kept saving the money for like he still had a loan.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't and he wasn't going to buy hats, he was just banking that money and he still paid. He just bought another car. I'm like, Gordon, you don't even drive anymore. What are you buying vehicles for? And he's like, I don't know, because I guess I can. I'm like, no, fix our basement.
Yeah, that is nice. I guess I can just buy cars, so why not?
Oh, my God, we missed it again. We'll get to it.
Did we?
We did, but I want to know if that girl got our tattoo. We came in and we signed.
Oh yeah,
we signed her name or our name. That would make more sense. Why would she want a signature of her own name done by us tattooed on her body? No, we signed our names on her body, and then she went to go get them tattooed. I want to know how that. I wonder if she got scared and didn't do it. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just gonna say this real quick. It's dumb to pay cash for a car because it doesn't build you credit. If you're buying a $35,000 car with cash, you might not need the lowest rates on a nice place. Like, I know you can't buy everything, but come on.
There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 a night. You're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. Free consultation. On the way, I know if you've been listening since early this morning, we've been teasing a Adam Sandler tribute to Chris Farley. We're going to explain it. This is going to be why don't we just get right into it next, so we'll actually do it and not run out of time. Wait, are you mad? Did they say something in the text line, or are you just moaning in happiness?
No, you know I like to moan.
Yeah, that's true.
It's my only crutch.
It's a Jake and
Taylor
Taylor
all
show.
the other things I do.
I think I'm getting my belly back.
Think.
Wow. Oh, that's just uncalled for.
No, you want to know what was uncalled for? So yesterday, my wife said, she's like, I think either I'm putting on weight or the dryer is shrinking clothes. Which it can, because she's really bad at laundry.
I used to yell at my wife for that, but it was just my belly.
But she is really bad at laundry. Like she'll pack the washing machine tight, filled.
I do that too. Yeah,
and it bothers me because she broke a washing machine doing that, and she still's like, no, it's fine. And then she'll run things. She'll pack it full, and then she'll run the dryer for like an hour and 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, I think our clothes are shrinking. And then I said, yeah, I've noticed that too. And then she went, and I was like, wait a minute. So hold on.
No, it's
a feasible argument that the laundry is only shrinking her clothes, but I'm getting tubby.
No,
but I am.
That's because I did the same thing. I was literally blaming my wife for a good couple months, and I go, Angie, please, I don't know what you're doing, but my white shirts are like starting to go up, or these button shirts are starting to go up on me.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know if you're using new dryer heat.
Yeah.
Like, do you turn the knob a different way? I don't understand that as much as you understand that.
Why are you hating me right now?
Right. And it come to find out, no, my belly just kept getting bigger, just like, probably. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
I am getting bigger.
Okay.
I have noticed.
Which, by the way, when we get back, we're going to Planet Fitness after a break.
Yeah.
And we have 5 weeks to get into shape.
I still go, but I don't go as hard as I should be.
Yeah.
Like I'll run on there for 15 minutes instead of an hour.
Well, come January 3rd, or January 2nd or 2nd.
Second.
So we're going to start back up, and
I might start going after Christmas.
I said the same thing.
Like the day after Christmas, on the 26th. Because I'm still going to get up at the same time, and I have a Planet Fitness that's fairly close to my home.
Sure. Yeah, I know it, and everybody else is sleeping on break or whatever.
I get it. Go to the gym.
I'm thinking about doing it. I'm not thinking about going to the gym, but I am thinking about going to just downstairs and getting on the elliptical during break.
I don't have Jake money where I have my own personal gym.
There's no personal gym. Have you seen my basement? My basement is garbage.
Yeah.
It's just garbage.
There's
it's
only
scary.
2 fountains down there.
I look up and I'm looking for spiders and mice to jump down on my head because it's not finished and it's gross down there and I get scared.
That's cute. My basement's held up by what can only be described as old, burnt down barn wood.
That's scary.
No, I do have.
That's scary.
My house, there's a couple boards in the basement that have scorch marks on them, and I was talking to somebody who has lived in that town forever, and he said, "Yeah, that's what people used to do. Is after somebody would have a big barn fire, they would sell off the wood that was still salvageable." And he's like, that's probably what happened when your house was built.
And to build their houses with it?
It's
wow.
It's like,
I
hey,
guess,
this wood's okay. It's a little burnt, but it's still great. So they would go buy this wood cheap, and then they build
Thinking about it. Back in the day, man, when you just go get a chunk of land and then build your house from ground up.
Yeah. Man, and it wasn't expensive. Like when me and my wife were looking at buying a house.
It might have been back then because you only made $1 every year.
True, but remember, you talk about people where it's like, this man didn't go to college, or he went to college, he owns a car, a house, and his wife doesn't work, and they're living in luxury. And now, me and my wife both have careers, and we're not living in no luxury.
Yeah.
But when we were looking at buying a house, it was like, yeah, and I got ghosted by a recommendation from the show for somebody to,
Wait, I remember that.
Somebody said, hey, call these guys. They're great at digging basements, and they're really good price.
Oh, yeah.
And I never got back. They never got back to me.
What can you do?
I emailed, but
you do give out a creep vibe.
I do. And
you're like always staring at people, and you're not even at a gym.
Okay, that's fine. Just like, sometimes I have tongue spasms.
You can't control it. It's that weird thing under your tongue. Yeah, I get it. No, I understand.
But it was like, hey, because I went to one lady and I was like, I want a manufactured home, which aren't the best homes, but they're still great. And I was like, 1,300 square feet. I want to put a basement under it, and I'll finish it my own and a garage. And I was like, I'm looking to spend about $150,000. And she's like, you're not going to be able to put a garage and a basement on top of our smallest house for less than $190.
Dang it.
And I was like, I can't. how is that even possible? Like the new rule of thumb is to build a house finished is $175 per square foot.
I don't know what that means.
So
I can't figure that out in my head. Well, I mean, I understand. I mean, it's
much,
19 or 2,100 square feet, and then you do that. I know, times that by 175.
Yeah. So right now, say you had a house that was
just my brain wasn't working it out.
$2,000
I went to Beale
times
City.
175. That's 2,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
Right. $350,000.
Yeah.
To build your own 2,000 square foot house.
That's why I wanted, you know, the Amish, besides all the window peeping, they have that down right, man, because they can do that. And they work.
Yeah.
The Amish are great. Their work ethic is ridiculous.
Dynamite. Dynamite.
Thanks to you guys, I joined Planet Fitness this weekend.
Damn right.
Yeah, why we say we got like 5 weeks to get into shape because we're going
to Mexico.
We're going to Mexico, and I don't want to wear dark shirts all the time. I'd like to wear a white shirt maybe once in a while.
I don't wear no white shirt. I probably ain't even going to go into a pool.
It's a Jake and Tanner show. My name is Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Tanner.
So, Adam Sandler has a Netflix special out, and I don't know how many people watched it because I don't really care for Adam Sandler's comedy.
No. My mother-in-law watched it on accident, and I didn't find it very funny when I got home. But it's called 100% Fresh, and it's kind of a jab at Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Because all of his movies get like
garbage,
0 ratings.
So he did something on there. He did a tribute to Chris Farley. I did not realize that he did that. It was a song he wrote. He played guitar and he sang it. Now, yesterday, because yesterday was 21 years that Chris Farley has been gone, and he tweeted out the lyrics to this. I found the audio of it on Netflix, and I had to edit it down a little bit. Like you'll hear, I think I put one beep. It got confused. I put one beep, and there's a couple like reverse swear words in there. That's why we can't watch the video. But now Chris Farley, we were talking about this much earlier this morning. He's the funny guy in Saturday Night Live. The van down by the river. That guy. He did Black Sheep. He did what's Tommy Boy, who's probably one of his biggest. He did The Lunch Lady. He had died because he went too hard with drugs.
Yep.
And you did, again, I said this earlier, but I listened to Howard Stern doing these interviews, and any comedian that they get on there, they go, "Hey, who's the funniest guy that you
used to know?"
And he said, that you know. And they said, hands down, Chris Farley would own a room.
Oh yeah,
just own it. It's just who he was. You can't
cameras
help but
rolling
laugh.
or anything. He was always the guy that wanted to
entertain.
He was entertaining constantly.
Sad the drugs, but it got affordable. I mean, he could afford the drugs.
It became really easy to get.
So I think this was a really cool. Even if you don't know much about Chris Farley, I still think this is a really great tribute.
Yeah.
Again, Adam Sandler live singing this with his guitar, just him and his guitar.
All right, guys, gonna do this one. This is a very special song. I hope you like it. It means a lot to us. Here we go.
Sorry, I didn't realize there was this much intro. I think everybody has a favorite Chris Farley bit, too.
Yeah.
First time I saw him, he was sweeter than fish. Plaid jacket and belt too tight, he wasn't even doing a bit. Then he cartwheeled around the room and slow danced with a cleaning lady. He was a one-man party. You know what I'm talking about my friend Chris Farley. On Saturday night, my man would always deliver. Whether he was the bumblebee girl or living in a van down by the river.
That's a big one.
He loved the Bears and did the dance at Chippendales with Swayze. When they replaced his coffee with Folgers, he went crazy. The sexiest Jap girl and me loaf in the band. Without him there'd be no lunch lady land. You know what I'm thinking about thinking about my boy Chris Farley.
I think that Patrick Swayze one I remember the most.
Was that not his first bit?
No. Oh, no, not Chris Farley's first.
It wasn't his first.
No.
I had heard before that it was, but I
don't think
thought
so.
that was debunked.
It hits home because Patrick Swayze's dead too. Both those guys. I mean, Patrick Swayze was a legend back then too. And both those guys, great at what they did, are both gone. Sad that everybody's got to die. If you don't know who Chris Farley is, you got to look at his bits on YouTube.
If you don't know who Chris Farley is, you turn the station.
Yeah.
After a show, we drink a quart of Jack Daniels and stick the bottle right up his ass.
It's all right. I was going to play it earlier, and I didn't think it was
But
bad.
hungover as hell, that Catholic boy always showed up to morning man. We tell him slow down, you'll end up like Belushi and Kelly. He said those guys are my heroes, that's all fine and dandy. I ain't making that shit up, that's the truth about my boy Chris Farley. I saw him in the office crying with his headphones on, listening to a Casey and the Sunshine Band song. I said, buddy, how the hell's that making you so sad? Then he laughed and said, just thinking about my dad. The last big hang we had was at Timmy Meadows' wedding party. We laughed our balls off all night long, all because of Farley. But a few months later the party came to an end. We flew out to Madison to bury our friend. Nothing was harder than saying goodbye, since watching Chris's father have his turn to cry. Hey, but if life's moved on, but you still bring us so much joy. Make my kids laugh with your YouTube clips, or Tommy Boy. And when they ask me who's the funniest guy I ever knew, I tell them hands down, without a doubt, it's you. Yeah, I miss hanging out, watching you try to get laid. But most of all, I miss watching you f*** with Spade. You're an legend how you want it, but I still wish you were here with me. And we were getting on a plane to go shoot Grown Ups 3.
Oh, man.
Your life ain't the same without you, boy. And that's why I'm singing about my friend Chris Farley. And if we make enough noise, maybe he'll hear us. Give it up for the great Chris Farley.
I like somebody said, this made me weirdly emotional.
Yeah.
I think one of the good parts was when he said messing with Spade, because him and Spade were like best friends. I like when he said, I wish we were all getting on a plane to go film Grown Ups 3.
Yep.
And when he said, you got to slow down or you're going to end up like John Candy and Jim Belushi. And he's like, I don't care. Those guys are my heroes.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Adam Sandler's tribute to Chris Farley. I thought it was worth playing, even though yesterday was 21 years ago that Chris Farley passed away. 21 years ago, a long time. And I don't know, again, like that like 1063 said, I like Chris Farley. I didn't think I would get chills from that song. It's made me weirdly emotional also. On the way, a guy bought his wife something and made her extremely happy. But a lot of people are really, really upset about it.
What's it?
No. And we're going to talk about it next. It's the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. Man. I don't know when to eat. I started loading my mouth full of peanuts. And,
I gave Chuck my peanuts yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, he did? Did he eat
took
them?
a big mouthful.
Yeah, I just took a big mouthful of these peanuts. Maybe this is your peanut up here. Well, anyway, I just don't know when to do it. I look at the clock and I'm like, man, I gotta get this peanuts out of my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hurried up and swallowed. And, here we are. I just got all the leftovers in my teeth right now.
Down.
It's Jake and Tanner show. Kind of humor you get with us. We're not going to last long in this market. Don't worry.
No.
I am Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Tanner.
So I want to get into the story because we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, and then it finally happened. Boy, do pastors or ministers, boy, they can make a lot of money.
Man, those televangelists. Do you remember that stupid story about that stupid person taking advantage of stupid people and saying, God wants me to have a bigger private jet so I can get to places quicker to spread his word. And people hand him their flippin' life savings.
Joel Osteen is a guy that makes a ton of money. I mean, have you seen? He ended up buying like the old stadium for like, I can't remember, some NBA team or something like that. They just bought it,
like the Seattle Sonics, or
and they fill that, and he fills that place every Sunday. Well, actually,
that should be some form of abuse. Honestly, it should be.
Well, the pastor John Gray is from that. Let me see here. I got notes. I got things. This guy is from Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston. Well, I just spit peanuts all over this mic.
That you swallowed.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of it.
Yeah, the Houston Rockets old stadium. Anyway, what happened with Joel Osteen in that? There was something happening, like there was a huge flood happening, and he wouldn't open his church. Remember that? Everybody was out of like places to go.
Yeah, and he didn't want people seeking refuge inside of his pretty little church.
Yeah, he wouldn't open up his church, and then finally he was taking a lot of heat, and he ended up doing it. Anyway, so this guy he bought something for his wife for their 8th anniversary. You want to hear the news story? Just talk about it.
I would love to hear about it.
All right, and a lot of people are upset. Wife very happy. Oh, hang on. Let me. If you want, by the way, if you text TV right now
to 71090,
71090, you can watch us live right along with us.
Well, Eric, the video shows the surprise moment that gift was given. It went viral. The pastor responded, defending his purchase in a 20-minute Facebook Live. He says he is honoring his wife on their 8th anniversary for supporting him and standing by his side.
What did he get?
It was a personal present for his wife, but this video of the 8th anniversary gift from Pastor John Gray quickly went viral.
You light my fire, let this Lamborghini light your fire.
The Lamborghini SUV, the price tag around $200,000.
Wait, hold on.
A Lamborghini SUV. I didn't even know they made something like that.
Those?
For the rich people, they do.
Oh, I have to see this beautiful thing.
So it was like a 20-minute video. Now, with this being said, people are mad because they feel like that's the church's money.
It is. But it for sure is. Those people have donated.
Hold on. Let him explain before it gets like crazy here, before you get on the side.
But I think it's very difficult because you have different economic incomes in your church. And that's what makes the difference. Some people can afford it, some people can. But being the minister, they're going to look at you as the shepherd. So you have to lead the right example.
While some have defended the pastor and his purchase, others are critical.
I mean, he could have used that $200,000
to... Oh, hi, Miss Worst Voice in the World.
I thought she was 7.
Oh,
no, she's a grown woman.
That's you need... God, start her over. I need to hear what is the majesty of this helium person.
Oh, poor thing.
I mean, he could have used that $200,000 to go to charity.
Like a cartoon character.
I mean, if you...
She's got a little bit of a lisp as well. So she could have used that little $200,000. She's got such a stupid list.
Oh, look at her stare at us. Ah!
She's coming to the screen like
I mean,
the
if
ring
you want to
lady.
be for real about it, because he's a pastor.
Pastor Gray splits his time behind
I
the
hate
pulpit.
her.
He leads a church in Greenville,
happy
South
that she was taken
Carolina,
advantage
and
of.
also preaches at Lakewood and Houston on weekdays. Gray took to Facebook Live to answer his critics, saying first it wasn't a pastor
his
who
neck?
bought the car, it was a husband.
What should
should have paid
concern
$200,000 to
people
get a
who are
neck.
actually genuinely concerned is, did this man use any money from the church to do this? And the answer is no.
Lie.
Absolutely not.
Wrong.
Well, now.
No, this is what happened. He cut himself a bonus check.
Maybe, but you got to. Joel Osteen made a fortune off his books. He's an author also, and he sells his books. Now that's where he's saying he's gotten, and
I guess.
Oprah. I have notes here. Oprah's network, something like that. He's part of that too, and he makes money off that, and he made money off selling his book.
I guess he could have.
But you're
still you shouldn't be buying.
You shouldn't be
$200,000
Facebook living it, because that was the dumbest thing you could have done, and then made that public. Because if you would have just been private about it, nobody would have known it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they know you're wealthy, but when you're flashing it like that so everybody can watch, that makes people upset, especially the position that you're in.
What I think makes a lot of people mad, and me as well here, is when you go on there and say, please donate to the church when you can't. Like, when I wonder how much he donates to the church. That's what I want to know. Because if he's dropping $200,000 on a car, but he donates $1 million a year to his church, let him buy his car.
I don't know
if
what
he hasn't
donates.
donated any to his church and it's all coming from his mindless sheep that he has, well, then that's wrong.
Prosperity preachers. That's what they call these guys.
They are just the worst.
But are they?
Yeah.
Well, here's the
I mean, they give people hope, but they want more than just enough to run a church.
It's kind of like, I mean, they're doing the good deed of preaching from the Bible. Now, if Jesus came back and he was preaching, would your Jesus buy a Lamborghini?
I think my Jesus is Chris Angel. So probably. Chris Angel had one, didn't he?
I think a lot of people's thoughts are Jesus would never, he would just preach it and be poor. And give everything you would have, he would give. Even if you were making it from books or the Oprah network.
That's what I said. How much of his income is he donating back into the church? Because I think the Bible says you're supposed to donate 10%, which I think is an outrageous amount of money. But you're supposed to get 10% of your income to the church.
Projects outside of the church, including books and TV shows, and they have been generous givers to church and charity. In this 2017 sit-down,
he's got a reality show on Oprah's network.
Interview with Eyewitness News, Gray and his wife talked about the importance of family and humility.
I felt like this is what I was called to do, and with the requisite humility and brokenness, you can steward that and not let pride get to you. And then I got a wife who keeps me real close to the ground. But it is a tough road to hoe.
Talented actor could make a lot of money doing this, because you're preying on people who are in their worst state.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, you're preying on.
I mean, some of those, yeah, but I think there's just people that want to believe. But, and if it's somebody really good at talking, I like, dude. When I listen to Joel Osteen, that gets me pumped up.
But how much are you giving?
I ain't giving anything to Joel.
But I mean, how much are these the people who give the most are probably the dumb people. And I think these people that take religion and they put it on TV and they do this kind of major stuff and they're buying all. I think that's the worst form of religion.
The reason I would agree with you on that is because, going back to, if you really believe that way, would Jesus do that?
Yeah.
Jesus wouldn't be taking all that money. He would be helping more and more and more people. He goes on to say this. Here, let me say this. He lives in he's taking heat for the lavish lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. He said this: if you work hard and pay your taxes, then you should be able to live where you are able to afford.
And I agree with that.
That's what he said.
I don't know. I hate these televangelists so much.
I like when he said, his wife keeps him close to the ground. Last year, his wife bought him an $8,000 Rolex. $8,000 a watch?
I'll never understand watch people.
Guys. Yeah, watch people are the weirdest.
Man, you go to a jewelry shop and you're buying a watch that has 4 digits.
Look at this text.
Chris
Angel is better Jesus than Jesus is.
Honestly, you name one thing that Jesus did that Chris Angel didn't.
I know.
And then you named some stuff that Chris Angel did that Jesus can't.
I've said that. Wouldn't it be just really crazy if you found like they dig in a hole and it's Jesus's how to do magic? It's like the very first close-up magic.
Chiseled it onto a stone.
and it's like he was just really good at close-up magic.
He could be. I've seen Chris Angel turn water into wine.
If Chris Angel went back, when you don't think he could get some disciples? People would be losing their ass.
Yeah, I would get so like I would follow him.
Oh my God!
If I didn't know any better, if what's his face, Sleepy Face Man,
David Blaine
didn't start that, and Chris Angel walked in here and said, "Hey, check this out," and he pushes a pen through his skull. I'm like, take my money!
Oh man, and think about that. No Instagram. Jesus became one of the most popular people on the planet from, if it was close-up magic, with no Instagram, no social media. That's tough to do, man.
He went viral with reading.
Yeah.
That was another thing that I couldn't express into words. What makes me angry is that he's not taxed. He doesn't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, you're right. And by the way, he lives in, well, this isn't too bad, $10.5 million house.
This is not too bad. The pastor that I used to go to, that church, he lives in a house where the roof, I'm pretty sure, is made of licorice. Like, it's not a good house, but he does it.
Yeah, and we'll just leave you with this really quick. And then we'll move forward.
To go to a charity or something, maybe. I mean, if you want to be for real about it, because he's a pastor.
Sure. Okay. There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You are going to get a free consultation.
She's not married, right?
Maybe.
Like, she can't be. Nobody's ever listened to her. That was the first time that anybody has accepted her to talk. And I bet you she's one of those people that talked for 45 minutes to that reporter.
A guy started a petition right around Christmas to get something changed on the Jersey side of the Holland Tunnel. And he succeeded. I just wish I had this much time to stand up for something this stupid.
Man, I don't believe in anything like some people believe in stuff.
It's a Jake and Tanner show. We'll talk about it next. I got a Nicolas Cage story here. Yeah.
It's about time.
Hey, it's the Jake and Tanner Show. My name is Jake, and apparently I offend everyone in my neighborhood and you, Tanner, about when I eat dinner, you don't like it.
Yes, we're going back to that. My name is Tanner, and when I get home from work today, I hope my child hasn't taken a nap so I can sleep.
I remember those days where it's like, because that's what you look forward to. Then you can sleep with them or whatever.
And you're not a bad parent for letting them roam.
Right. I get it. I understand. No, yesterday, they tease me a lot in the neighborhood because I pretty much almost have dinner ready when my kids get off the bus at 3:53. We eat basically 4:30.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of you eating goulash, which is not my chili, by the way.
No, the only way I can describe goulash to people in Wisconsin, because we grew up with it in Michigan, but Wisconsin, a lot of people have never heard of goulash. And I say, well, it's burger and it's noodles and, tomato sauce. And
where was the tomato sauce in yours?
Well, it wasn't tomato sauce it was just diced tomatoes. And so when I explain this, they go, oh, well, yeah, you mean chili, right? And I go, well, no, because in Michigan, we don't put noodles in chili.
Yeah, I think we're the only people who do.
So then they go, well, we put noodles with burger and all that. And I go, okay, sure. Yeah, goulash is something similar. That's the only way I can describe it to people.
I got very upset because when you sent me what looked like the blandest dinner.
It's so good. It is. No, we're having it again tonight.
Is there
I made
seasoning
so much
on it?
Yeah, we put garlic and seasoning salt.
Because I want to
dice. Okay, so let me walk you through this. You cook up burger.
This is what Jake sent to me yesterday.
That's goulash. Yeah, we're showing it. Text TV to 7. Well, too late now. But
yeah.
if you cook burger with onion, okay, drain it. Cook some noodles in a big old pot or whatever. Dice up some tomatoes when the burger's done. Cook it. Mm-hmm. Be seasoning all whatever season you want. Put that right in the noodles. All mix it up. Oh, my God. Kids go nuts. Kids go nuts for it.
But if I got that thing of Jake with a fork inside of his goulash at 4:24 yesterday.
Was it 4:24?
4:24.
Wow, yeah, so... Now, when I used to get off the bus, when I was a kid, this was bizarre to my wife because I started dating my wife when we were young and we were still in school. And I would get off the bus or whatever, 4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. 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 And my dad, we would eat at 4:30. The steak, you'd be cooking up steak or whatever.
So what
on the
did
grill.
you do the rest of the night? Just snack when you got hungry?
I guess. And you see, the reason we do this, or I do this, is because we're really used to it now. But, my kids, if I don't feed them right when they get off the bus, they eat everything in sight. And then if we eat at 7 o'clock like normal people do, Angie grew up eating at 7, right around then.
I think that's a little late.
They would be so full. They would be so full that they won't eat anything. They won't eat any. So they've just ate Cheez-Its all night, and now they're full on that. So what we normally do is feed them up, fatten them up with all the vegetables or whatever we're eating, goulash. And then after that, they don't want so many snacks because they're full. They still want snacks because they're horrible children that want to rot their teeth out and cost me money. But they don't eat as much snacks. And plus we go to bed early because of the hours. That's my justification for all of this.
You ready for the text line to tell you how to parent quick?
Okay.
And they haven't said anything yet, but they will. They'll be like, you got to tell your kids no, and they eat when they're told to eat.
I am becoming the world's best negotiator right now. I feel like I'm a negotiator that does that for a living with people that are horrible.
Yeah.
Like bank robbers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way when I'm negotiating dinner with my children. Okay, so listen. I have a Kit Kat.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to eat this Kit Kat in front of you.
Oh my God, this isn't negotiating. This is called visual torture. This is just abuse. But you don't leave bruises.
Or then they start negotiating back. Dewey will go like this. This is how horrible my life is. Dewey will go like that. I'll be like, all right, so I'm going to give you this piece of candy if you eat your goulash. He goes this, Dad, 2, and I will eat. I go, 2? And then I go, okay, sure.
Your son is 4 years old, and he's already much better at negotiating than you.
Yeah,
I'm
so
the worst. Bad at it. It's not even funny. I've told this story on the air before, but it never gets old in my brain. When I first met Jake, he bought a boat
Oh, yeah.
I
was just thinking about that.
It was a bass boat.
Do you want to know why this is one of my biggest regrets? Because I traded my Taylor guitar for it.
Yeah.
That, I mean, was a beautiful, beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
And I traded that thing for it thinking, not doing any research on boats. I'm like, I'm going to get this bass boat and fix it.
Yeah. So if you've listened to the show for more than 15 minutes, you know Jake's personality and the idea of him buying a boat that needs to be fixed to put in the water is not his cup of tea. So then he was like, I got to get rid of this boat. I got to sell this boat. And I was like, I'm good at negotiating.
Yeah, you're really good at it.
I was like, I'll sell that boat.
You're like, give me a week.
Yeah. And I had it. I know exactly where we were. We were down by, it was like the 4th of July weekend. We were working at the,
we were by Hagemeister Park,
or by the Fox River, or whatever that river is called. Not the Fox, because it's not on fire.
It's a river.
It's a river that is
the Hagemeister River.
The Hagemeister River. And I remember I called a guy, and I sold your boat on the phone for $250. And you said that you would give me half because I sold it for you.
By the way, he drove
3 hours.
3 hours.
He was 3 hours away, and he was going to come look at this boat.
Now, wait, can I say something really quick for my justification about what you're about ready to say?
Yep.
I was leaving my rental house.
And you needed it gone.
I needed that thing gone, not today, not tomorrow, yesterday.
Yeah.
I needed that thing gone.
Because your wife was done with it.
No, we were actually thinking about going up to Copemish and dropping it off. I go, Tanner, if I can't sell this, can we take it up and just drop it in your woods, like a wooded area somewhere, and just bounce? And you're like, yeah, I got a good section for that. We do it to a lot of things. Yeah, appliances, washers, dryers are over there.
Yeah, we section off the woods, so we have a boat area. But I was still working at the factory. It was 9:30. I set up the time. He was going to come to your house at 8 o'clock. My break was at 9:30, and I thought I had made $125 because I sold this boat. He was driving 3 hours to come get it.
He was a good negotiator, by the way.
I texted you and said, how did the boat sale go? And you said, I don't know what happened. I sold it for $75.
But
he drove so far, he was not leaving without that boat.
I agree with you on that. But he saw major problems with it.
It was a boat that needed fixing.
Just like I didn't see the major problems until I tore up. He's like, well, you have no floor here. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I got to rework all these boards.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to, listen, man, if he would have said, I kid you not, if he would have been like, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to give you anything. I would have said, take it. It's yours. I don't need it anymore. The only reason I wanted some change for it is because
you sold a nice guitar for it.
That guitar, which wasn't it wasn't like a $3,000 guitar. It was like, I think $1,100 or something like that. I am the biggest idiot. I can't believe my wife is with me because how did she let me make that decision? How would she let me do that? She knows I'm not going to fit. I blame this on her.
Yeah.
She should have been taking care of me and watching me better.
Honestly. Because they're at within 5 minutes of meeting you. Because I think I had even said to you when you got that boat, I said, that's a lot of work to redo a boat, isn't it?
No, I just put it in the garage. It's no big deal.
You said, I'll put it in the garage and I'll work on it every time I go out there. And I was like, well, I guess I don't know you that much, but I don't feel like you're a boater.
No, at that time, I was younger and had much more confidence.
Yeah, and only one kid.
That's true. That's another thing. You want to know really why I think I got it? Because we were stressed out a little bit because my daughter's back issues where she had to go to... My side note, daughter had spinal surgery when she was very young, and we had to deal with all of that. I think my mom was getting sick at that time. So I think I wanted... it was something to take my mind. Okay, I can go to this garage, and it was just becoming summer, and I don't know how. If you're like me, I get so excited when the snow melts, and you're like. So I was like, oh my god, we're gonna be on this boat every. When I fix this baby up, I just spit everywhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix this thing up. It's gonna be on it every day,
and then I'll sell it for a cool profit, and we'll buy a mansion.
I know, but I really do think that if that guy's listening right now, because I got it in. Oh, no, I got it over in... Oh, I might have got it in Sheboygan. We go to Sheboygan, don't we, in this signal?
Maybe.
Man, if you're listening, I bought it out of your dad's front yard. I traded you that guitar. I want to know where that guitar is now. And I want to know how much you sold it for. Because I should show, I don't even know if I have a picture of it. That's one of my, do you have a regret like that? Like something that you got rid of that you really, really regret? What about your old man's car? Do you regret that?
No.
No?
I do a little bit just for the sentimental value, but it was too much money. It was too much money to fix up. Because yours is drivable right now. His was not. The bumper was hanging off. I had bought a car that we were going to basically take everything out of the one and put it into the other, but that was too much work, and I didn't know how to do that.
I think I was a little too early to get Dad's old car in my life. I think if I was, like, if my kids were out.
Oh, you're talking about right now. I thought you were talking about when you first got it.
No, just rebuying it. Like, I think I would have a little bit, I'd want to go fix it and slow down a little bit.
Restore it.
Yes, to Sheboygan. Man, if you're listening, you got that guitar, that Taylor guitar for your boat, call this show, 866-916-0959. Or maybe you bought it, and you're listening right now. It's a Taylor guitar, acoustic electric, and it had inlay on the fretboard of like a vine and a humming. The thing was gorgeous. Boy, I would love to hear anybody that has gotten rid of something they really regret. I think that could be some fun stories, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't have anything, though. Like, I have nothing that I'm really, like, feel bad about.
Somebody said lies. You say Tanner's a good negotiator, but he couldn't do it for his wage when you moved over to 95.9. What does that mean? No. We always do when we talk about the other station.
The other station, that was KTI. I was a good negotiator when it came to Facebook or
no.
Craigslist
not
deals.
against him. He was Tom was great at getting what he wanted.
I never got to negotiate with him. I did all my negotiating with Dayton.
All right, let's do that in the next segment. If we don't get any calls on it, we can, talk this Nicolas Cage story or whatever. Or maybe we'll do both. If you've ever got rid of something and you really regret it, what was it? 866-916. What's the number? 0959.
It's the flippin' frequency.
I forget where we are sometimes. Well, we've gotten fired for every damn job we've had. We've had to move around.
BS. We've quit every job we had.
Or you can text us, 710-90, Sensinger's text line. There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye. You're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get a free consultation. So on the way, we'll take some calls on that. We're also going to talk a Nick Cage story, and we got a take from Jake and Tanner, all on the way for you. Yes. Do you agree?
Well, when I was drinking a lot,
yeah,
in the time when I was losing all my weight, I used to love going up north and drinking on the weekends.
Sure.
Because I would come back and lose 5 pounds. I don't know how it was happening. If I weighed 215 on Friday, I'd drink all weekend. I'd get there Sunday afternoon because I was working out 7 days a week.
Right.
Like going to the gym 6 to 7 days a week. And I would be 210. I don't know why, but drinking was a really cool way for me to lose weight.
Man, it's the Jake and Tanner show. Hi, I'm Jake.
Hi, Jake.
Tanner's the other host of the show.
That's me.
So I ended up... My thought process is this. I want to work out really well and eat well during the week and not worry about it as much on the weekend. Still not eat like such a jerk face, but not worry about it as much. You know, I'm sitting here talking to my nephew, and he's like, yeah, I'm not... You know, if I go out to eat... Because he's griping about diets, because they suck. I mean, they're awful.
They do.
And he said... he just orders the burger without the bun, and I love burgers, and buns are some of the best part. And I don't know if
amazing.
I don't know if I want to live my life
like that.
Yeah, I really don't. That makes me sad. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, okay, I got to make these burger patties before January 2nd because that's when we're going to try
really hardcore hitting it, where it's just chicken and turkey and no carbs. And
right, and I'm like, I got to eat these before then so I can eat it with a bun, and I'm like. I heard just the saddest violin playing next to me because that is a sad thing, man. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. I like working out. Working out's cool. It's great, but I just don't like the whole dieting because especially when you get older, you start. That's what you do with friends. You go out to eat and you have some drinks,
especially when you're not gross. Like you and I, we're not grossly overweight,
right?
And we're not like spindly where we need to go lift weights and stuff. So when we're doing it, it's not for health reasons. It's literally just a vanity thing.
That's it. There's a new diet that everybody's going crazy about. It's called, hold on, I got penis stuck in my throat. 16-8 diet, where I think you and I, that's kind of what we were doing.
It's pretty much what we do. I was verging from it. But it's 16 hours, nothing, 8 hours, anything.
Basically, it's like they were saying 10 to 6, eat whatever the heck they're saying eat whatever you want. I'm sure you can't just sit there and eat cupcakes.
Yeah, they don't understand what that means to like people like me.
Right.
Where it's like eat anything you want. Okay, cool. 10:30 when Little Caesars opens, I guess I'll order 4 today because I'm gonna lose weight because I'm not gonna eat after 6.
Yeah. So that's the 16-8 diet is what they're saying. But there was a professor or whatever trying to show his students that it's all it is you just need to count calories. They said he was saying he goes, I'll prove it to you. I will only eat McDonald's and I'll still lose weight. And he did because he just counted the calories with McDonald's. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's probably not healthy, but
you
only eating
can
McDonald's.
do it. It's not. I've said this before. Losing weight isn't hard. It's just stupid.
It sucks.
Because it's super simple when you look at it. Hey, download MyFitnessPal on your phone. It's free. Count your calories. Feel bad every time that you eat something and move more than what you normally do. And you're going to lose weight. It's just how your body is. But it sucks.
I got such in the habit.
Only eating salads and turkey sandwiches.
I was rocking and rolling, man, with that diet for like 6 months. Hardcore, going to the gym every single morning. I was going on Saturdays to a gym by my house. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't eating anything. I remember Angie and I went and had a couple drinks. After those drinks, I came home and worked out because that's how nutty I was at that time, and I felt horrible for putting those stupid calories. Now I'm back into the bad Jake, where I just like, well, I don't care. Give me that Moscow Mule. Actually, give me 8 of them.
Yeah, I don't consider drinks as calories. Yeah. Because It sucks that everything bad for you tastes good. It sucks that sugar is the worst thing that you can put into your body. Like when people say, would you rather have a heroin addiction or a sugar addiction? It's like, well, at least on heroin, I'm skinny.
Yeah.
And they've said before that if doctors were like 100% honest with you, they would tell you, you cut sugar out before anything else. You want to live a healthier life, don't eat sugar.
Do you want me to give you my dad joke? I'll give it to you. You can use it.
Oh, yeah. Give me.
When you're ever at a restaurant or whatever and you order the food, say, yeah, I just don't want onion on it, and also can you take the calories out? Young waitresses love that.
Ooh-wee. really?
Not the young ones, because then they just
They
think
don't
you're a
get
creepy
it.
old man.
Yeah, they don't get it, and they say, "Oh my God, I can't do that."
Yeah, right.
It's impossible for me to take the calories out, sir.
Brendan Dassey.
Yeah,
Hey.
if he was flamboyantly a waitress.
Julia Roberts. Speaking of her again, she wished happy birthday to Brad Pitt. Let me put the young Brad Pitt up here for you. How old is Brad now? He had a birthday yesterday.
Brad Pitt is 64 years old.
Look at him!
54
Look at him
years
there.
old.
I remember wanting his hair so bad at this stage. This is, by the way, the movie called The Mexican with Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt.
How old is he? Did you tell me?
Oh, I don't know.
I said 54.
Is he?
I don't know. I've been right on the last few days.
55. He just turned 55.
Damn it!
Yesterday. How old was he in The Mexican? Oh, man. Don't worry about how I'm spelling. The Mexican year was 2001, so that was 17 years ago. 30. He was 24? 38. My age. Oh, man, time goes by. I'm going to just blink one day, and I'm going to be next to Julia Roberts, all rich and beautiful, in a picture that she's sending out to me. It's going to go by fast.
What's 55 minus 17?
Yeah, that's it. 38.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to talk on Nicolas Cage really quick?
Yeah, have you ever thought about going vegan?
No, I want to slap your face right now.
Well, like, I thought about it. I thought about going vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've seen heavier vegans and vegetarians, so what's the point now?
I just want a diet where I don't have to work out and I can eat whatever I want anytime. It's kind of like the diet I'm on right now.
It's called Cool Sculpting.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome.
Nicolas
Open to
Cage.
endorsements.
One of Nick Cage's favorite artists. And be honest, who do you think would be one of Nicolas Cage's favorite musical artists?
Nickelback.
I can see that. Man, I always think about that comedian going, what the hell did Nickelback ever do but follow their dreams? And everybody just craps on them.
The same thing with that guy. It was the same comedian where he was complaining, why does everybody hate Guy Fieri?
He doesn't help people.
He helps people. But no.
Prince.
No. That doesn't work in my brain.
Yeah,
I don't
you
want
love
that.
him. Nicolas Cage, favorite artist all time, Prince. And once he even sent him a bottle of sherry along with a note thanking him for his music just because. And Cage finally met Prince in person in an after party the night that he won an Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas. He says, quote, I asked him if he got my letter, and he said yes. And he was very happy that I was there. I never asked for anyone for a picture, but I remember asking one from Prince because it's Prince.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I just can't.
And then he threw one of those smoke balls at the ground and he ran away. Because that's who Prince was. One of my favorite Prince stories is when he rented a house from like a basketball player in L.A., and he was going to rent it for 6 months, and they said, just don't alter the house. You can live here as much as you want, don't alter it. And the first weekend that Prince moved in, he painted everything purple. And somebody came by and said, you know, he's painting everything in your house purple. And the guy called Prince and said, hey, I told you not to alter it. And he just said, don't worry. It'll be back the way you left it. And in 6 months, he got back in there. He's like, I had no idea Prince had even been there. Everything
that is
was back
too
to
much money.
Why
that
do you
is
have
too
that much money
where you can change an entire house.
He changed everything about that house to make it Prince's house, and then when he moved out, he changed it back to whatever that basketball player is.
We got to paint our ceiling, and so I was like, I'm gonna
a stupid thing to paint.
Well, we have to because of all the damage that was done to it.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, so I'm looking up and seeing how much people will paint ceilings for, and I'm like, yeah, no thanks, I'll just do it because I don't know, I'm not going to pay that price. Go on.
I would pay if I made Nicolas Cage or Prince money for people to paint. But
I hate painting.
But I need to have 7 digits in my bank account. If I don't have 7 digits in my bank account, I'm painting. I'm putting on my crap pants and I'm painting.
I hate it. I just don't have the time for it. I mean, I do have all the time, but in my personality, I don't have time.
You know what the worst part about painting is? When you put on one coat and then you get back to where it dried and you see that the wall had sucked in some of the paint and you can't even wrap your mind around what that even means, because I was painting a wall at my house and my father-in-law is like, must have been an old wall because it's sucking in that paint really good. And it was back to the color before I painted it.
Well, that's what does that mean? The ceiling does that too because you're painting white on white, so you're missing spots.
stupid.
And then you're going to go back through it, and you got to carry this little tarp around everywhere you go.
You should paint it black.
I might just leave it how it is, as
Why not?
is. And then, you know what? Just because it's like a scar.
It's
a scar, and it's a story. Like, oh, yeah, I remember when the toilet... If we cover that up, we won't remember it. We won't tell that story.
My home that I live in this current moment has 3 different colored ceilings because I refuse to paint the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because I think it's stupid. Because in my defense, all I say is, who's looking at it?
It's like trim at my house right now. I still haven't nailed any of that
There's
trim
no trim in my house. I've taken trim off, and I refuse to do it. No, I didn't even caulk it. There's just, you can just see dirty drywall at where the floor meets the walls. I won't do it. I refuse. There was a house that I have unfortunately sold that I was going to buy, but none of that house had trim in it. And I remember walking around saying, there's just something I really like about these rooms. And then I looked down and I was like, oh, nothing has trim. See, it can work. Trim can work.
Oh, was it going right, the wall just going right into the carpet
right into
or whatever?
The floor, yeah. Oh, it was so brilliant. Why do we need trim?
You don't.
You don't. It's stupid. Nobody likes doing it. Name me one person who likes doing trim.
Actually, I do know one guy. He's in the radio business because I've listened to their show before, and he's like,
he's
love doing
a liar.
It.
He's a dirty liar.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he loves it. I think there's something wrong with him.
Guy that just keeps calling and texting us.
How
are you guys so funny?
What do you do?
Why are you so handsome?
They look up to us. And, I mean, we don't want to be rude and say you guys are bothering us or anything, but, I mean...
It's not a bother
no,
to
it's
help
like,
people who are lesser than you.
We like to give handouts once in a while.
Yeah, I tried writing off my text messages on my taxes this year because of how much I've texted them. My charity work.
Hey, Verve is a credit union, and they are here to help.
Let me tell you about Verve.
Sure.
I'm having a back spasm. The more holiday loan is when you get a loan and then you bring it over from a different place and you bring it over to Verve and then you get 90 days where you don't have to pay.
It's helping out. It's kind of like what we do with the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. We're just always trying to help.
Yeah, it's taking people who have no idea what they're doing, like me with my money.
Yeah.
And giving them all the tools to succeed.
They're such nice people.
Yeah, they're just such nice.
No, I'm talking Verve, not those guys.
Oh. Both people are nice people, except one are very helpful, and the other one is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
All right. Yeah, no, they got something called that More Holiday Loan. You just take over your loan, like you were saying, and you don't have to pay it back for 90 days, which around this time of the year, that helps. That helps out big time.
I mean, tell me that you couldn't use 3 months of not having to pay a bill.
It'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be fantastical?
Could hire somebody to paint my ceiling.
Yeah.
It'd be wonderful. Anyway, all this information that we're talking about and ways that they can help, they want to help you save money, and they do that. And all you got to do is put this in the old www.verveacu.com. It's a Jake and Tanner show. More of it next. Hey, you can be live with us in the studio. Text TV to 71090. You can also use that number to just text what you want, when you want, if you want to be rude, like whoever that guy was. I consider it a guy.
Did he respond? No, he didn't. Oh, maybe he did.
866-916-0959 if you want to get a hold of us. It is the Jake and Tanner Show. Hi, I am Jake. Oh, man, there goes the pen. Tanner, the other host of the show, did he respond?
Yeah, he wants us to talk about tigers. He said, wish you guys would do better show prep so we didn't have to hear you two jackwagons talk about your workouts day after day after day.
I don't think we talk about it.
F.
Well, I got to do here. There's a wonderful thing that you can do. There's a dial on that radio of yours.
Maybe you could submit a birthday.
There's a lot of radio stations. In fact, I bet you might even have satellite. Go. I don't care.
We like talking about those things. Also, we've never said that we were trying to do a show for anybody else other than us.
That's true. We hope you like it.
Yeah. This is a show. This is a show for us. We hope you like it. God.
Yeah. So, did we talk Nick Cage?
No.
We did too, you liar.
Yeah, we did. We talked about how Prince didn't want a picture with him and then did something else.
So someone broke into a house. It's happened in Dallas. Happened last Friday.
Burglar breaks into a Dallas family's home and steals
their... we put it on the TV?
Yeah.
I'll put it on the TV. Text TV to 71090. You can watch this video right with us.
We spent tens of thousands of dollars for this setup out of our own personal money, and you're not going to use it?
No, I am.
Christmas presents and valuables. But the family says the most heartbreaking thing is that the crook also took their dog. The homeowner says she knew something.
What a jerk. I mean, around Christmas, you break in, you already steal all of the kids' presents, all of them, and then you're like, you know what, I'm going to take you, little fella.
Yeah, hey, you look cute. My dog, my family's really going to like you.
Well, I mean, look how cute that dog is, too.
What an inappropriate thing to take.
I mean, you couldn't leave the dog?
You might as well have just went through and grabbed all of the batteries out of all of the remotes in the house, which I think it might be the most evil thing you could do.
Yeah, that is the worst.
If Cindy Parker's car got broke into, which it did, and all he took was like the seat cover.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that piss you off?
I remember that one story where the guy just took the door.
Yeah, he stole the door.
Passenger side door because you get money out of that.
Yeah.
Like, now I don't have a door. You know how hard it is to find a door for this car? And how annoying. Just take the whole car.
But just go through and steal all of the batteries in somebody's house for the remotes. That would drive you insane. Or turn them all upside down so then none of them work with the batteries.
Who keeps doing this?
When I become a ghost, because there's no way I'm making it to heaven or hell,
sure,
I'm going to do that to your house.
By the way, someone said, did you play take from Jake and Tanner? Let's play this news story really quick, and we're going to play it next.
Oopsie doopsie poopsie.
The lights were on and her bedroom was torn apart, and their dog named Smokey was gone.
Oh.
Presents can be replaced.
She's pretty. I feel bad. Why do I... That was wrong.
But it's true. You feel bad for pretty people. It's 100%
true. They did a study, and the judges will give less harsher sentences to pretty people.
I watched an interview with Quentin Rampage Jackson, UFC fighter. It was right before UFC 130. It was like 5 years ago or whatever. And he was doing an interview with a lady, and she said, he's like, man, all black women love me. He's like, you black? And she was like, yeah, I'm part Jamaican. He's like, well, you Jamaican me horny. And then she laughed, and then he was like, hold on, let me get into that mic. And he went, and he motorboated her.
Oh my God, I remember that.
And you know what she did? She laughed. Why? Because he's an attractive man. And I said, if
I did something like that.
If I did that, you did that.
My little whiskery beard.
Steve Buscemi did that.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
They would have been blackballed. But since it's Quentin Rampage Jackson, and he's a buff fighter, and he's really good looking, UFC 1...
Because I feel like now, during this hashtag Me Too, and I know
UFC 134, I think it was.
Find that, and I'll play that. Finish this.
Oh, you want me to play the actual clip?
I think it's funny.
Saving for a long time. It was a water jug with lots of coins and dollar bills. But
that's too bad.
That's the most important.
So they ended up putting a bunch of signs out saying, hey, if you see this dog, please let us know. That's why I think everybody needs to invest in that. I want to get one of those. I never wanted to, but now I do the Ring doorbells or whatever.
I don't know why I want one. I don't even have an Alexa or
I would
smart
just
home
like
yet.
to be able to record something like that. If somebody, I mean, I guess
People
if you
when
went
they're
through the
not
window.
watching?
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that what you want?
No. Are you playing this audio?
I'm giving it to you.
So anyway, no, all of their Christmas presents just got stolen. Their dog got stolen. I mean, that's awful. It's an awful thing, especially right around Christmas. Poor dog. Dog has got to be confused if all get out. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, that dog has to be super confused,
Did you
right?
just send it over?
Yeah, it's into your Gmails.
There's no swearing in this one, right?
Well, I don't know. It's an interview.
So again, what year did this say it was?
2011. So 7 years ago.
Were we together then?
No.
Okay. Here we go. Oops.
I'm here with Quentin Rampage Jackson,
Damn,
Victoria.
she's talking really fast right here.
Because they told me you don't have much time.
I don't have that much time. I gotta go to.
Look how much confidence this guy has right now. He has the most confidence.
He was really fun to watch in the UFC because this is
Is
around
he
the
cocky?
time he's super cocky.
This is when
he's
UFC was
super
crazy.
charismatic. I'm pretty sure he's just coming off of A-Team, which he wasn't great in, but he was he got a movie.
That was him?
Yeah.
I'm at the party right now.
Listen, Matt Hamill seemed to be just falling prey to anything that you wanted to do tonight. You definitely dictated the fight.
Did I?
You did.
Oh.
Did he get you with anything?
Yeah, he gave me some low kicks. He got me with a headbutt. The black part? What other part are you?
I'm Jamaican, black and white.
She's just making me horny.
I know you got to get to your party. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right. She's hot, ain't she? That's why I gave her the interview. She's hot.
Thank you,
Wait for it.
I want a motorboat right now. All on camera, like all on the camera. You know I be humping reporters, so you might not.
I've seen it.
You might want to get away. I've been in a long training camp. Get away from me. Get away. Or I'll hump you in front of everybody. Get away.
And like you
don't remember any of that.
It's the most insane thing that somebody did. She laughed it off. Maybe she was offended. Either way,
I'm
nothing
sure.
ever happened with it.
I wonder if
Dude, she
any
might have
hashtag
went
Me Too
home with
now.
him.
Maybe.
Well, I feel like we would have heard about
Probably.
it. But still, she might have went home with him. We've said this before. Creepy and charming are not determined on the phrase. It's determined on how good looking you are. Because if Channing Tatum says,
It's
"Oh
true. There's
God,
a
I
fine
want to
line.
bring you home and wear you like a robe."
Hey, remember that Capone dog? I'm sorry. That Capone dog that was really ugly?
Yeah, that gross thing.
Somebody said, I wish someone would steal my dog, Capone. There was that. I forget her name now. Gosh dang it.
Jessica?
No.
Jess.
What is your name? I apologize. We just read her resume.
Monica?
On air or whatever. Hey, you want to play? Take from Jake and Tanner. We got to do it pretty fast here. 866-916-0959. Got some questions for you. It is up to $60.
No.
Jim won yesterday.
40.
But, it's only 40 right now?
It's only $40. Sorry.
Okay, Jim won yesterday, and he decided instead of taking $20, he would put it in the kitty or whatever.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure I have a loss under my belt.
Because of him.
Because of him. God.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Nick.
Nick, have you played before?
I have not.
Good answer, Nick. All right, Nick. Now
Long
you
time
have
listener, first time caller.
Yeah, I love those. Have you ever won anything in like the last 60 days with us?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, Nick. You know how this game works. Tanner's left the room. You're going to get the questions. He can't hear any of this. He's going to come back in the room and try to beat you. Remember, if you get stuck, you can pass. You got 30 seconds or so to try to answer these. 5 questions, okay?
Got it.
Timer will begin when I'm done reading the first question. How many soccer players, including both teams, should be on the field at the same time?
How many soccer players on both sides? 22.
What is the name of the horse in the Toy Story films?
The name of the horse in Toy Story film? Pass.
What color is the flower Welsh poppy?
Welsh coffee flower, purple.
What is sushi traditionally wrapped in?
Paper.
What trees do acorns come from?
Acorns come from pine trees.
What is the name of the horse in the Toy Story films?
Bullseye.
Tanner! Big a whopping $40 today. Tanner has entered the room. Got a couple minutes. We're going to kind of fly. Hang on really quick. Nick. He makes me suspicious.
Why?
Because every time I said hey, what, blah, 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 the question, he would repeat it out loud real quick. And it's like, why are you doing that?
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? We'll talk to him here in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, so the timer will begin when I'm done reading the first question. You know how that works.
Yep.
How many soccer players, including both teams, should be on the field at the same time?
16.
What is the name of the horse in the Toy Story films?
Pass.
What color is the flower Welsh poppy?
Pass.
What is sushi traditionally wrapped in?
Seaweed.
What trees do acorns come from?
Oak.
What is the name of the horse in the Toy Story films?
I don't know.
What color is the flower Welsh poppy?
White.
Nick's back.
Nick, you cheated, didn't you?
No, it helps with my process of thinking.
Yeah, it helps with your prostate. What did he say?
Helps with Alexa, because Alexa
Or his
can't hear
buddy-
the
or
phone
his
call.
buddy right on the other end. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do these for $40.
I lost.
Big thanks to Prospera Credit Union with Life Stage Personal Guidance. You got that little thingamajiggy, that thing bell.
Enjoy your 30-pack of Busch Light.
How many soccer players, including both teams, should be on the field at the same time? Now, Nick said 22 after he said it out loud. And you said 16. 22 is the correct answer, and that's just so fishy. Not saying that Nick doesn't know soccer. Nick knows soccer.
That one was a complete guess. I
Was it?
assume there's 11 on each side.
All
That's all you're saying.
Hey, what is the name of the horse in the Toy Story films? Nick said pass, and then he came back and said bullseye. You said pass, and I don't know. Bullseye is correct on that. It's 2-0 right now. What is the color the color of the flower Welsh poppy? He said purple. You said white. You're both wrong. It's yellow. What is sushi traditionally wrapped in? He said paper. Tanner said seaweed. Seaweed is correct. Tanner going to tie it here. What trees do acorns come from? Nick said pine tree. Tanner said oak. We have a tie game right now.
Suck on that, you cheater, Nick! You're bad at cheating.
All right, let's get going on this one really quick. Now remember, Nick, don't say anything out loud. Your answer at all.
I have to do this so quick
You gotta
because
do it really
he is
quick.
such a cheater.
All right, tiebreaker.
Yeah.
In feet, how wide is an American football field? All right, Nick, go ahead. Give me your answer.
300.
Tanner's answer? What is that?
325.
325. Okay, so the correct answer here. Again, a tie ball game up to $40 up for grabs here. In feet, how wide is an American football field?
Wide?
Yes.
Wide?
Oh, wide. I heard length.
I
didn't
thought
say
length.
Now, let's play commercials and we have to come back.
I also thought length.
I said in
Ooh,
feet.
that means I might be closer.
How wide is an American
Well, then he's
football?
definitely closer,
Well,
but we
wait,
both thought length. Hold on, no, we both thought length. So just Google what is the length of an American football field. Because if we
Okay.
both thought length, in feet, how long is an American football field? Because then that's fair.
Okay, good call.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You said wide. I was closer.
No, because you thought length. We both answered for length. What is the answer?
Yeah, but we were both wrong.
The rectangular field is 160 feet wide.
Which would have been him. How
and 360 feet in length.
So I win.
I don't
if
know
it's
what
length,
to do,
but the question was wide.
But I said if I
New
said
question.
But if I said wide, he would. I don't know if I said wide. Now, did I say wide?
I'm pretty sure you did. I just assumed length right away because who asked the width
Jake
of the
said
field?
wide. You said long.
No question.
I don't have. We got to play. Okay,
Commercials.
Hey,
We'll come back with a
hang
new
on.
question.
Nick, just give us 2 minutes. Hang on, really quick.
I already know I lost.
Do
I don't
you?
know why
Okay,
we're doing this.
Well, no. Why? Because
I feel like you probably said wide, but when I think
but
width...
here's the thing, but Nick did say also, both you went wide.
Because when I think of width, I look at a football field the same from the side.
All right, so
if I hear wide, I think long ways like this.
Well, it's a tie ball game right now.
Yep.
2-2. And there was a tiebreaker.
If you don't count the end zone, then it's 300.
But that's part of the football field.
If it was tiebreaker question. Well, by the way, Noah wrote in because Noah writes all these trivia questions. Noah don't know, and he's like, "Don't blame the questions."
Shut up, Noah. We'll blame whatever we want.
I thought I said in feet. How wide is an American football field? You both screamed at me, but we got audio now. We have now heard the audio. We're all going to listen to it together. Don't say anything out loud. Your answer at all.
I have to do this so quick because he is such a cheater.
By the way, Tanner said 325. If I said wide, one of you are correct right now. Tanner said 325. Nick said 300. Okay. All right, tiebreaker.
Yeah.
In feet, how wide is an American football field?
Yeah, it's wide.
Okay, so yeah, he said 160, or he said 300, and the correct answer is 160. So Nick,
yeah,
you got $40. Big thanks to Prosperity Credit Union. Hang on, Nicholas. We're gonna get right back with you and get all your information. I know you've been on hold for a minute.
I am so sure that he cheated. Those first ones. It was only $40.
Can you grab that really quick? Because we're going to go ahead and give that away right now, too. Consolation prize for anybody that didn't get through. There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. Free consultation. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to do it.
No.
We got happy hour party certificate.
Happy hour?
Yeah, for the bar. 2 pizzas, 50 wings. Get some chips and dips. All we need is caller 9 right now, and we'll get you that. 866-916-0959. Looking for a little more music intensive now? Yeah, I know. It's Jake and Tanner Show.